Wait, there it is. There it is. See it? It's working now. We're about to hear it. Wait, there it is. There it is. See it? It's working now. That's what it was. Wait, we hate technology. We hate it all.
It's working. Technology hates us.
This is.
We're
We got it now.
We're just some rednecks. We can't figure this out.
Golly, man.
I do not understand.
Trauma got me, dude.
It's so frustrating. This is why we drink.
I can wire
Lord have
remote
mercy.
from like motor to trolling motor units. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
Literally
crazy.
touched absolutely and changed nothing since the last time we streamed.
Me and
It
Chad,
just like does shit all by itself.
Chad and I did some live streams, and I keep moving my head and unplugging my headset. And like,
I have seen that.
Yeah.
I blame the Tesla Cybertruck.
This is ridiculous.
But we are good now,
All right.
huh?
We are good now.
Okay.
We are working
Let
now.
me share it on my. I'm gonna share it on my
For some reason,
Facebook.
like Chad said, the audio stuff just decides to change on a
Yeah.
whim. On a whim. And it's
Which is ridiculous.
It is
Never
really
even seen
ridiculous.
anything like it.
By the way,
Chad,
guys,
someone's in your
you missed some straight juice while you couldn't hear us.
hold on. In your yard.
I mean, gave up all the secrets.
Dang technical difficulties. Dude, they like took the wind out of my sails. All right, hang on. We're back. We got Riverboat Rob in the house.
Rob, my man.
So what's new with you, Robbie?
He's just out there fishing Ike tournaments, saving people's lives.
Oh, dude, I'll tell that story in a
So
minute.
yeah,
Hold on.
let's definitely hear that story. Let's get some more people up in here. What's up,
One
everybody?
second.
We're really sorry for the technical difficulties. I think Tony just went to go to the bathroom really quick. I have no idea what's going on. It really seems like we can't figure out this whole audio bullcrap. We got it running right now. Literally changed nothing from the last time that we streamed 2 weeks ago, and it
Some sort of setting got changed, and
just like crapped out. Which, like, by the way, I'm not
Took
sure
us 20
why it
minutes to
wants.
figure out.
I don't know why it wants a virtual audio input. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I guess it's working right now.
It's what it is. Let me finish sharing it, and I was sending my daughter.
If it ain't-
message
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
if it works, it works,
We
right?
got it.
Right.
I think we got it now, right?
What's
Hey,
up, Dan?
Oh, Dan in the house. What's good,
we
brother?
got Dan in the house. We got Dustin in the house.
Dustin, what's up, man? Didn't he just win? Something,
He
Dustin?
won it. He had a club tournament.
Yeah.
A couple weekends ago. Same day as
Yeah.
the Ike tournament.
Hey, congrats,
Like 21
Dustin.
pounds.
Yeah, they
And
cracked
accessory.
smashing on that.
I'm gonna go. I am definitely searching out Dustin tomorrow, and I'm gonna fish where he's fishing.
Do you have a derby tomorrow?
I'm fishing Chester County tomorrow.
Oh, no. All right. Do they have an open
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Is it me or does our video look kind of grainy?
It looks fun.
It's just like
fine.
slow. Like it's like look how like slow it is.
Hi, Miss Maria.
Oh, Marie. Hello, love.
It looks fine over here.
It's definitely like
What's
lagging,
up,
but whatever.
Jason?
I don't care. At least it's working.
Oh, Jason just won something too, didn't he? Didn't
Jason.
Stevens.
He got second place on Rocky Gorge in the kayak.
Yeah.
Maryland Bass Nation kayak tournament.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Congrats, Jason. What's up, Chris? So, do you actually want to hear the Ike story for real? Because it's.
I mean, yeah,
retarded.
we got to hear the Ike story. Well, we got some peeps on here right
Real
now.
quick, if you guys are watching, since we've had some issues tonight, like, share, please. I know we were supposed to go live at 7. It's a little late. The audio was being annoying, so like and share, get some more folks in here because Rob's story is about to be awesome.
Yeah, Rob's story is definitely funny. Like,
It was a venture, I will say, to say the least. But I don't know. I think it was about the third year.
Hey,
that
Jason.
Me and Evan fished the Ike Derby, right?
Second-
And we
second
got
year.
there, and the Ike Derby was pretty cool this year. We were pumped, and we went out and we were catching them. We didn't catch any big still, but we were catching them. We probably caught like 10 fish in the first hour. So then we was like, let's run somewhere else, see if we can find some bigger fish. What's up, Tom? So we decided to try to run to the back channel. Well, Evan's motor breaks down.
How does he know what's wrong with it? Like, was it a?
It overheated,
Oh,
right? So we figured that, sucked up some grass, because
Right.
running through all
did it
that
get an
grass.
alarm first?
It was hot. So, no, he doesn't have an alarm. That was the crazy part. No
that
alarm
sucks.
went off. So it was just like,
That's
we're
kinda
planing
scary.
along.
Yeah.
We stop, and the motor's smoking and hot as I don't know what, right?
Not good.
Yeah.
Right, it's not good, right? So we're like, man, let's trolling motor to Titans because it's the closest place, and then maybe we can catch a ride.
Let it
or
cool.
get a
Let's let it
Uber.
cool down and restart it.
Well, that was I was like, man, if we let it cool down, it might start right back up.
What's up, Tom?
But you know when it's your motor.
Yeah.
You
wanna
think
take
the
that
worst.
chance.
You think, yeah, and you think the worst. You're like,
Right.
oh man, like, oh, like, and you like
Yeah,
Evan didn't
true.
want to try
Makes
to
sense.
start it and stuff. So we're just trolling motor and back, and we get almost to Titans, and we done arranged a ride to get us back to Anchor, to come back and get his boat, and we hear help, help. And I'm like, what the hell? And dude, done. It was just like, man, he looked like a linebacker. He was like a defensive lineman for the Ravens in like a 12-foot boat and
Looked like he-
capsized it.
It looked like he was in like a pond prowler or something.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it on
Damn.
video. I got to put this video on. But he flipped it and he's in the water and he's panicking. But he's in
Did you just
water
tell
you
him to
can
stand
stand up in.
Right.
But he's still panicking.
Just stand. Right. Just stand up.
There's snapping turtles and sharks and shit in there.
Or he just like, panicking even in shallow water is not a good thing. Like, you know what I mean? Just relax, man. Like, you're all right. Just stand there. We're coming. Then Evan's like, dude. So by the time we got to where we went past him, and then we heard the yells for help. And our trolling motors got no life left. We've been trolling all the way from the flats to
Right.
Titans.
Yeah.
So Evan's like, man, I hope we got enough trolling motors. So I was like, dude, I gotta go swimming. Everyone was like, nah, let's go over there. If we have to, we'll freaking jump in the water and push my boat back. And we get over there, and I had to get the dude on Evan's boat, and when we got the dude's boat flipped over, and got him back into his boat. Now his
How
boat's
far
half
offshore
full of
was
water. Not that far, but see, I thought about this, right? Because I was like, he could have walked back and just pulled his boat. But it gets deeper by the boat ramp. And
Yeah.
if he can't swim,
You can hold on to the boat though, if it floats
dude,
at
he
all.
was panicking in water.
Well,
he was
yeah, yeah,
standing.
no, makes
No,
sense.
no
That makes
life
sense.
vest.
No life vest on.
Of course not.
I'm gonna tell you the craziest part about the story.
It's
though.
always
So,
a good idea to go fishing when you don't know how to swim, and definitely not wear a life vest.
this
In a
dude
10-foot
outweighs
plastic
me
boat.
times 3, but I do get him on Evan's boat, right?
Were you
We
in
get
the
him-
water or were you pulling them up?
Dude, I pulled him up in the back. I told him
Okay.
to go around the back and see his way to get up, and then he like grabbed onto me and he, boosted himself up, and I helped him in the boat, right?
Should have just a little trick for that.
I'm gonna tell you, he did a Paul Batters, dude.
Trim
Wait
the
till you hear
motor.
this.
Trim the motor all the way
Make
down.
a step
Stand
on.
on the cavitation plate.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Unless you
That's
have
good
a
trick.
rotten transom
But he
like
did
I
a
did
Paul
in the
Batters,
port.
right? Because I got him in Evan's boat. And then we got him in his boat. His boat's half full of water. So then we're like, all right, man, cool, whatever. And we're trolling back to the ramp. Guess what he does? He did a Paul Batters. He cast it, dude. He straight started fishing again, dude. Swear to God, no lie, man.
Yeah,
He was like, screw it, dude. Yeah, I swear.
I'd have
That's
done it.
no lie, man.
Did at any point did you guys just yell stand up?
I did. I said, dude, just like, I didn't know that he could touch bottom there at first. So I was like, hey, man, we're coming. Hang on to the boat, right? And everyone's like, dude, he can touch bottom. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, but we're still going to have to help him because he's panicking.
Sure,
He's
right,
going-
right, of course.
So I was like, let's do it. And then I was like, if our motor, if we're running out of trolling motor battery, I'll just jump in the water and walk over there and help him get in his boat. But everyone, we went back. But yeah, we told him, like, relax, man. like, relax. Yeah, so it was an interesting day. And then we didn't get to finish the Ike tournament. And the really weird part is, Evan gets home, motor starts right up.
Well, yeah, because
Because it cooled
down.
down.
Yeah, it's under-
Yeah,
Right,
cooled
'cause it
down
cooled
and-
down.
Just gotta clear them.
So-
clear
so
them up.
two
It's
things.
Funny, I have a funny story about the no life vest or not being able to swim with it. So I took my buddy out one time, and we went down to the shore. We were on the Nanticoke, and we're up in some little tiny ass creek.
I really
that
love that place.
down
I
there.
really do.
So one of my favorite creeks to fish in, and it's like 95 degrees, and he's wearing like a regular life vest, not like an inflatable, and he's like, it's like sweat's like pouring off of him, and I'm like, dude, you can take the life vest off. He's like, man, I can't swim. What am I gonna do? What if I fall? What if I fall in the water? I was like, fucking stand up. we're literally in like a creek that's like 1.5 feet deep.
That's like I teach my granddaughter to swim in the pool. Like you old enough, you can stand up. Like you don't need a life jacket.
We got what's up, John? We got Patrick. Thanks for joining, man. Jim in the house. Thanks for joining, Jim. Jim, you didn't miss anything. We had technical difficulties for the first 30 minutes of our stream, so.
Dude, I could be misinformed, but did they shut the headwaters down? Can you not fish headwaters no more?
Well, Jim would be the one to answer
that's
that.
what that's what
I haven't
I saw Jim's post, but I kind of honestly
Jim
didn't
had a
really
post
understand what
about
it was saying. It was a post, but I didn't know if it was just this one specific ramp was shut
Jim
down.
said yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
shut the
All right,
headwaters
so
down.
Jim, spill the
Yeah.
beans because that's interesting. I definitely would like to hear that.
Yeah, so what's going
John
on with
from
that?
JCS Marines in the house.
Oh, John,
By the way,
Well,
I need you
John,
guys shirt sizes at some point today.
I gave you my shirt size.
I lost
I'm
it.
from
So
the
I need it
90s.
again.
We
We
were
gave it
extra
to
large
for Andy.
everything.
Huh?
We gave it to
Everything's
you
extra
for
large.
Team Marine.
Now you guys gave me a shirt for Andy, which I shipped to him.
Yeah, but Andy asked for our shirt sizes, and we went over it.
All right, give
Oh,
me,
really?
everyone, give me your shirt
can't get
sizes.
back on
I have
the
some work to do
Large.
after this, but
It's closed
give me your
till
damn
the
shirt size again. Sorry.
24th. I don't know if John could tell us why. but
Closed till the
apparently
24th.
headwaters. That's not.
Oh,
too long.
they're repairing the parking
Okay,
lot.
repair. Oh, and spraying. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, go ahead and just spray that vegetation that
You
makes
know
it
what they
good
do
bass
in
fishing.
Florida?
Well, okay,
They
so
spray everything in Florida.
So they
It's
have to
annoying.
though. They have to spray in Florida, and I think that's kind of the misconception is people think spraying equals bad. However, if you don't spray at all, it will take over the entire lake to the point where it actually hurts the fishery. From what I understand,
No, it hurts being able to fish the fishery.
I think I mean, maybe. Damn, John.
Figured
that
Tony for
hurts.
the schmedium.
That's what I was trying to read. I couldn't see it from there. The medium.
I'm not fishing tomorrow. I'm going straight to the gym. I'll be there all day.
Right. And they get your medium shirt ready too.
Got the old.
So Jim
So-
says it does need it, and so Jim, let us. Is it because the lake is healthier with the natural or the unnatural removal of grass, or is it because it's better for us as fishermen to fish it? Lawn maintenance, get rid of the weeds. Okay, that's interesting.
Did you see Tom Over's comment?
Yeah. So
Comment?
Tom,
That's a haul
it is a haul.
for a Tuesday nighter.
Yeah, it is. Well, okay, it's not that it's a haul. I based my bosses in the guard. They do me a favor by letting me work out of Edgewood on Thursday, so I can make the Thursday nighters.
Where do you normally work?
I normally work at the 5th Regiment Armory downtown, 'cause that's where our headquarters is located.
yeah.
So I'm at the I'm at Edgewood on Thursday, so I can fish the Thursday nighters.
That's good.
I don't want to ask them like, not that I think it would be a problem. I just don't want to take advantage of their niceness
Right.
and fish an extra tournament.
You
During
got
the
a
week.
you got a good thing going.
Exactly. I have a good thing going. I don't want to ruin it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
Exactly. And if I ever have a Tuesday off, I will definitely jump in it because I think it's fun. And fishing Conowingo in the evening is way more fun than fishing it during the day. Like way more fun.
it. Who hosts that?
It's the same guys that run the opens up there. The same guys that run the flats trail. It's Setlock and Kovac. Brian Setlock, Dave Kovac.
Are you still banned?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
When you're banned from fishing them?
We're not.
Okay,
We'll
let's
talk-
drop it. Forget it.
We'll take
Forget
that.
it.
Off.
Forget
We'll take that
about it.
offline.
It was more supposed to be a funny comment.
We'll take that offline.
I think I did see something about that in a group text a while back.
Tom, are you planning on fishing the Tuesday nighters? The Tuesday nighters up there were a lot of fun from what I've heard, and the weights are pretty respectable. I mean, they're pretty much on par with what we see at Joppa, so they're solid. I mean, you're not seeing 15 pounds for 3 fish, but 12, anywhere from 9 to 12 is usually winning up there, depending on the day for a Tuesday nighter, which
Tuesday
is
nighter,
pretty
five.
cool.
That's 5 fish.
Hey,
The Conowingo's 3 though.
No.
Is it 5? I don't
Jason's
know.
got a
Sorry
very
about
good
that.
question.
Where's the best
And I
bass
know,
at on Conowingo?
yeah, where's the bass at in Conowingo?
Somewhere in the lake,
You don't
I
have
don't
to
know.
give
I
up
haven't-
all the juice, but
Anywhere.
like if you're a newbie and you're going to Conowingo and you don't really fish it like that, what
Large-
should you be doing this time? of year?
Largemouth south, smallmouth north.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
It's a pretty
Yeah,
good
that's
way
the
to put
general
it.
rule of thumb.
Look for grass.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, there's grass up there. There's grass. You have shoreline.
A lot of rocks.
Cover. You have offshore structure, and it all can hold good fish, and it's really very.
It changes. It's very day to day
Very,
there.
very dependent on water level and current level.
Yes.
But there's pretty much fish everywhere.
Oh, you can catch fish just about anywhere. Yeah.
From north to south, there's fish everywhere in Conowingo.
I don't fish it. That's
Finding them can be the challenge because it's a large area.
It's very
Jim said-
large.
It's a
Jim
big
said
place.
just follow the other guys and look for the bent rods.
I
Hey,
don't-
look where all the boats are.
I don't think finding them
Like
is the
everywhere
hard
else.
thing there. It's staying on them is the hard thing. I can't tell you how many times I've gone out the weekend before or even the day before a tournament and caught really good fish. And then the next day you go fish those spots and instead of 3-4 pounders, you're catching 12, 13 inches.
You know why?
And it's like,
Because they're the areas you're fishing, they don't have that many fish on them.
Well,
so
maybe.
if you catch them the day before, the chances of you catching them the next day are not
Or
very.
they're not schooled up in big
So
groups.
stop.
Mm,
So
yes, but I mean, I run and gun up there.
Sticking fish.
I run.
Practice.
I am a little upset that I caught a good one last night. We're practicing for the solstice. I was
You're
like,
upset that you caught a go. Oh, because
Yes.
you could have seen
because the
Where they-
spot where I
Where-
caught the
Oh,
fish.
this is
You
you're
went
part
to,
of like
you
like
went
you're
to
part of
GP.
like
yeah.
you're
Oh
good.
yeah.
in the GP.
I'm fishing it with Chad this year, actually.
Nice.
They'll
So-
eat again.
I'm
What's that?
fishing with my daughter.
You're far. You're a week away. You're fine.
Yeah, I think so.
It's that
for
like
real.
couple like when you like 2-3 days like
Yeah.
2 or 3 days before the tournament. Is,
With the tide changes too. I mean, every day is different. So
Not
you
on
can
Conowingo.
fish.
Yeah, Conowingo has random tides.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm confused now. You're fishing. You're going. I thought you said you were on the GP.
Me? Yeah. That's
yeah,
what I'm talking about.
yeah. No, he was
Last
on the
night he was on the
GP.
GP.
Right. Yeah. So if you fish.
but we were talking about it being different on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got all confused. But if you're on the GP even the day before, the next day it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be an hour or so off.
It depends on the
You know,
tides. I
right?
mean,
Oh, definitely.
It
depends
hasn't
on
even the tide hasn't even mattered. I've caught so
Really?
many fish the last 3 times I've been out.
Yeah.
20,
I haven't got skunked at all this year.
20 to 30 fish every time I've been out in the last.
oh, it's
in
been
the last 2
fishing
weeks.
I haven't
really
caught
well
no
this year.
giants,
It's been
Yeah,
fishing
sure, yeah.
really good.
I mean either. Just
but I caught fish every time.
Tons
I've
of
been
fish.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
I've caught
And
and
says Paul's going to the flats.
dude, I've fished it probably
that's
4 times now, practicing for the solstice, and I have caught 1 4-pounder.
that's a very strong possibility.
But I mean, would you
Weather
agree?
dependent.
There's
They say-
tons of 3-pounders. There's tons of 2, 3, 3.5 pound.
I've caught-
4-pounders are so rare right now.
It's going to take 10 to 12
I haven't
pounds
caught one
to win,
over
I think.
4
Shit, last year.
I got one that's a little
Solstice-
over. That's it.
in like 2 months.
The solstice weight was big last year. What was it, like 14 or
No, that wasn't the solstice.
It was 8. It was 8 pounds.
Solstice
it was
was
8.
what?
It wasn't. It was sub 9.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to tell people.
Solstice last year we had a giant. We had
I
like a
still
huge
think
flood
I
tide.
still think it's going to take
It
10 to
sucked.
12 pounds this year.
I just
think
I
it's going to.
remember them coming in. Yeah, but 9 to 12 pounds. You're good.
10
So,
to 12, yeah.
so
Yeah.
here's my. All right, this is my theory. Right, you guys tell me in the comments if you fish the Thursday nighters or you follow the Thursday nighters. There's a trend, right? When they first start, a heavy 8 to a light 10 will win for the first month or so.
Right.
After that, it gets heavier
People are
because
gonna
these
go to the
fish are
flats.
completely post spawn. I haven't caught a fat fish in the 4 times
Just
I've been
spawned
out.
out. Yeah.
I've caught a ton of fat fish.
I have not caught
They're just-
every
I've
big
caught
fish
big.
I've caught has been skinny.
They're just 14 inches long.
Hey, real
Well,
quick.
yeah, that you're right about that actually.
14 inches long with giant bellies.
Jason Stevens said the GP was good last Saturday. Dustin, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I do what I can do, whatever. And then Tom Over, you're going to like this, Paul?
Whatever.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not going to...
I already
Just save this guy's life, whatever. Like,
hey, superhero. No, I'm just kidding. But, of course, I'm not going to leave somebody stranded out there. And then, you'll love this one, though. This one I was trying
know.
to get to.
I already responded to him.
Oh, you texted him back? It said Paul Batter's going to be on the flats for sure.
No, I said that was a strong possibility. Tom, yeah.
Tom Over said Paul
Y'all
Batter's
crazy
going to
for
run
doing-
to the
I mean,
flats for
if-
sure.
if
I
you're
mean,
gonna
I think
do it,
that's
the
where if it's
solstice
going to
is
come
the
from,
one.
if the 10-12 is going to come, it's going to come from the flats.
I think anything over 10, I'm
I got another area
making a
over
strong bet. It's
How
coming
many
from the
boats
flat.
do you
yeah.
guys think we're
Yeah.
going to have?
40.
30.
30?
30.
30.
I think we're gonna have, I think we're gonna have more this year.
last year. I think we had
Yeah,
38 last year.
I think it's going to be more this year. It
Was
seems
it
more
30?
popular this year.
I don't know.
I thought, well, okay, so a lot of it depends on the wind, right? Because if you got guys that are thinking like, I'm
Weather.
going to the flats and the wind sucks, it
Well,
ain't.
weather's always you know
Dude, look
for
at- hey, Paul.
any of the Thursday nighters, weather
Hey, Tony,
has
can you grab me one of those?
Yeah,
Please, sir.
weather's always a big
it's Canadian, Rob. You might like it.
Blue Light. It's Canadian.
It's delicious.
I might move to Canada, dude.
So weather always affects the
turnout.
turnout. You know,
Yeah.
it does. Like, you know, if the conditions are bad, if the water's muddy, like look at we have a big rain, the water's muddy. That one that
You have to pop it first.
did I win it last year?
don't
No,
pop
not
it,
the one. So 2 years ago, like the one I won had like 8 boats because the water was all blown out.
What's up, Joe? Dude, enjoy Disney, brother.
Did I have a second and a
Man,
third
he's
in the
down in the
census? I've
world
never
of
won it.
big fatties.
It's okay,
Come on.
Joe.
About fish?
It's an 8
Chad-
pounder and a retention. Could you imagine just going to a retention pond, like a silt retention pond, and seeing an 8 pounder in it around here?
I know that'd be crazy.
Chad is fancy.
Joe,
That's
just
for
tell him
sure.
you can't read. It's fine. Just say
You're
I'm
fancy.
from Maryland. I
We
can't
got
read.
that
Our
draft
education
top, brother.
sucks.
Speak Spanish.
See what Patrick said? You fancy.
I know.
Toho.
Toho.
Toho Pica. There's big or little Toho because there's 2 of them. Kissimmee chain.
Yes.
Fun
Oh,
place.
wow.
Great
I actually
place.
hated fishing there because it was most of the grass. The vegetation is Potomac similar, and I don't like fishing Potomac.
It's not.
until
It's
this
way.
year.
No, it's not Potomac. Similar.
Well, What I mean by that is,
It's all.
Probably
It's a lot of
misspoke.
eelgrass.
well, when we were there, it was Kissimmee grass and pads. And there wasn't a lot of offshore hydrilla type of stuff that I'm used to fishing, so it was all
Gotta find
like
it.
Kissimmee and all that bullshit, Kissimmee grass and all that bullshit. I didn't realize that Kissimmee's like not that big. It's really not that
Yeah.
big at all. Like Kissimmee is
It's
smaller
the
than
chain that's big. Toho's the biggest.
Toho is big. Kissimmee to me was comparable to Conowingo,
Oh, he
honestly, in
talking
terms
about
of
your,
just space.
Little-
'Cause, I mean, it was cool. I didn't catch anything on Kissimmee though.
Patrick, the draft top will just make it easier for him.
A lot of it is right.
Where did
You just gotta find the right stuff.
You get all the flow.
Where did Dyson and Tom go?
Harris
last year
chain.
with-
Right,
Harris,
Harris
chain.
chain,
The Harris chain. They said that was tough. The time of
Dude,
year
the
they
thing
went.
about it, the thing about Florida is
Anywhere you go
everything
fish
looks
where you've
good.
never fished before is going to be tough.
Well, if you're like up here, we're used to
No,
like
I mean, Texas
the
was.
fishing
we
was
were-
tough overall.
Me and Tom went to Lake Fork and fished it for 2 days and caught 40 fish a day. It was pretty easy.
A lot has to do with like I was just
See,
saying
I've heard
about-
that Fork
Caught
is
a-
not an easy place to fish.
Caught a 7.5. Caught a 7.5 the first
depends on
day,
when they were
6.5
there.
on the
When were
second
you
day.
there though?
Right, that's
End
what
of
I'm
it.
saying. Thank you.
Or,
It depends on time of
beginning-
year.
It was early
could-
March.
So they were up shallow,
Yeah.
or were they post spawn?
There were
Kind of a mix.
so the first day we caught them like staging
Okay.
to move up, and the second day we caught them on beds.
Okay, that's cool.
Right. But it depends on the time of year and conditions and everything like everywhere else, right? I mean, I'm sure
Oh, yeah.
there's times a year you can go to Lake Fork and it's not that great.
Oh yeah, like
There's other times you
certain
go,
times-
it's on fire.
if you go there
Anywhere.
like anywhere,
Yeah.
like you go to any lake in like August, September, like it's gonna be tough. Like it's always it's tough everywhere.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about this, let us know what you guys think about the change in time to 7:00 on Friday nights. Does it work better
We're
for
getting
you?
old. We got to
I
go
had
to bed
to
early.
find this comment from Rob, dude.
We gotta
I'm about
go.
to I'm about to freaking tag Rob in the actual live stream. No, Rob Stein.
Oh.
Rob Steiner. About to like Rob. We're on another stream now.
We're getting old. We gotta get to bed. We got tournaments and we gotta go fishing tomorrow.
Right.
We gotta go on a little earlier.
But we're trying to like to adjust the time because getting off at 10 on a Friday night and then waking up at like
Sometimes
2:30
later.
is just
Yeah, I have to get up
ridiculous.
to- I have
It's
to
like
get
just
up to
doesn't
2:30.
work. You know,
we get a lot.
It
You
does,
don't get a
but it
lot
doesn't.
of feedback that we don't reply to comments a lot. So hey, here you go. Drop your comments. We'll read them all. What you got?
Who said we don't respond to
Man,
comments?
you name it. They said it to me.
We respond to every comment.
Hey,
I
look,
th-
right now.
dude.
look.
I think most of our show is made by
Look.
responding and talking about
Look.
people's comments.
Patrick's right. We just getting old, man. Like we just getting old.
Yeah, we don't respond like necessarily to like comments on the videos
It depends if we have a guest.
like
usually.
after, but like
Yeah.
during the videos we're gonna
Hey,
we're gonna
look,
call you out.
Hey, look, it's
For sure.
constructive.
I try to
criticism.
respond to as many comments as possible.
I like to- I
Especially
wanna
here
get
on
the
the live stream.
Patrick
Man,
comment.
interaction is
You
everything.
don't even reply to my comments.
So wait a minute, I gotta get to Patrick's comment. Patrick says he'd get one, but his girls always try to take the beers. Patrick, does that worry you when
He's
they're
talking
21?
about
Just curious.
Well,
Like-
the girls are like 2.
I know, but they're starting early, and as a and like it sounds like he's doing a great job as a father. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
that's
too
what I'm
easy
saying.
for them to drink.
What a
out of it
Bass
like
and beer
that.
comment.
Right.
Jason said he loves fish in Florida. There's a surprise. He grew up there. We know that. We know
Remember, you
Jason.
pop the top with the draft top, and then it's pinky out always.
Which I'm missing Jim's.
So Jim says he's good with the 7 p.m. chime
Said he's home by 2
just
p.m.
during the tournament season because
I
like
think
eight
he
like
gets home
I mean,
about-
down there, I
Two
would
or
be
three.
probably be home by 2 p.m. also
Yep.
because
Yeah.
it's hot.
yes. Well, I mean
Now-
between like just talking about the time change between if I don't have a tournament on Saturday, you do. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of us is always out because like I said,
I have a tournament every weekend.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's way
I've had a tournament every weekend.
We're
from
just trying
the
to
end
find-
from the end of March till like the middle of June.
Yes.
And we got full-time jobs.
Yep.
And we got wives.
We're
and
just
we got
trying to find
I don't have a wife.
happy
everything else
medium
in
that
life.
Don't
works
put that
to
in.
Gotta
on
cut
me.
your grass.
I mean,
keep everybody together.
I work from home, so
Oh, good, you lucky bastard.
So yeah, we're trying to keep everybody happy. We've missed a few weeks because we just had stuff going on, so we're trying to find a time that works a little bit better for everybody. We're gonna try 7 p.m. for a little while and see how that goes on Fridays. We've even talked about maybe doing a Sunday. I know Paul's out for other Sundays. And me and Riverboat Rob definitely need to get back to doing our midweek
We
conversations.
do, man. We do. We do.
Sometimes
can-
it just gets tough.
I can call into those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And,
gotta get a couple three-ways going. on.
Ali.
Yeah.
Jim
still
said
talking
he-
about the call?
Nothing wrong with a couple three
Huh?
ways.
You still talking about the call? You said 3 ways.
Yeah, three-way call.
Oh, okay.
So we got a couple
Glenn
comments
specified.
pop up now. Anybody want to read them out? We
So
got,
Pat
Patrick.
says, I remember the days of 2 to 4 hours. Now we need like 5 to 7. And yeah, girls know daddy's like his cold ones. I can't keep my cup holder. Always have to carry it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you know what, Patrick? I do not have children. I don't want them. So I am probably talking out of my ass right
I
now.
don't want to.
But you're probably going to have some awesome drinking buddies in a couple years.
I have more kids than one man should have.
So
Jim, I thought you might like that.
Dan, what the three-way comment? Wow.
Nah, that was Jim. Dan says tackle talk for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Our
Dan, we got
tackle
you,
talk
man.
Tuesdays
We're
or
gonna do that.
Wednesdays, whatever works. We got to get back to that.
Yeah, you know, like
anybody catch any bass live this week?
no,
No,
No?
did not.
no. I was
So what are we follow? Is that MLF or is that
That's
the?
Bassmaster.
It's the elites.
Yeah, the elite.
He meant
elite-
Coke. He meant Coke. I know that's what he
not
meant.
even reading Jim's comment.
I know he meant Coke.
Coke and
Oh, he
hookers.
fixed it.
What's Joe say? Hey. Speaking of the flats, Swan Creek.
Lily's Yaks
The
Fic.
flats is like
Yeah.
ocean fishing. I mean, kind of. Dude, the
Hey,
flats
hey,
is like
I'm
just
with Joe.
everything looks
I'm
the
with
same.
Joe. I'm with you, Joe.
And that's why it's hard.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah,
I'd rather
like-
be back in the
John,
cut.
your man,
you know.
your boy whacked 22 pounds yesterday.
Who?
John Cox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, that's right.
Back
Keeping
in
the,
back,
shallow
he was
water fishing alive a little
back,
bit.
he was way back in the back of some creek into like that opened into like a pond.
Oh, on they're on
Wheeler.
Wheeler. And then you see Trey Zaldane's got like some beef with Trey McKinney. Have you saw this? Yeah. Have you been following this? There's still so much drama going on.
That's because Trey.
His partner fished there or something. Whatever. Like,
No,
it's,
no.
it's starting to be garbage.
No, there's some legitimate reasons, and there are actually some rule changes coming from it.
Fishing drama.
You seen they reversed the
Rob,
They did the Zach
cut me
Bird.
out a little
the
bit.
Zach Bird.
So,
They reversed that.
so the Trey
Back up just a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Back up.
so the Trey McKinney issue. It's Trey McKinney, and it's not just Trey McKinney. It's Trey McKinney and JT Tompkins.
Keith Tompkins there too.
So
Everybody's
what
on that.
happened? So
Your
prior-
dog just farted and it's fucking in my mouth. It's like Step Brothers. That shit's disgusting.
So prior.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Dude, that dog just shit a rotten egg somewhere on this floor. You better find that.
oh
Jay.
God.
You better find that. That's
Good lord,
nasty.
dude! Hey, Paul, let's change seats, dude. Shoot, it's creeping over here.
God damn. All right.
So the-
Fantastic.
Okay. Now that the fart stench is gone.
I don't.
I
It's
don't
not
think
gone.
it's
It's-
gone.
I still taste it.
I think we just
All
are
right.
accustomed to it.
So Trey McKinney and JT
Hey,
Tompkins.
you are.
I'm gonna go gargle some
Last
dog
year.
piss. Get the taste out of it.
Before the opens were over, so they weren't officially in the Elite Series. They knew
got
they were going to make
information.
it.
and they got information.
They got a lot of information.
right, but they changed that rule now, right?
But that rule's been changed. That's what the beef that's where that beef comes from.
right.
Because it was they
No.
they took it they took advantage of a rule
Sausages.
loophole, knowing that they were going to qualify for the elites.
But they could get information because
not
they weren't
actually,
on the elites.
They're not on the elites yet. They hadn't qualified for the elites yet.
But they
still one
knew.
tournament to go. But they knew they were going to make it to the elites. So before they qualified for the elites, they went out and got all the information that they could. Where the people who are on the elite series, they can't get any information once the schedule.
Once the schedule came out, right? They got all the information they could. It's been
Not against the
ongoing
rules.
drama with Trey McKinney over
Wasn't against the
here.
rules. A little sketchy.
We
but-
heard some. Never mind. Well, Trey McKinney.
I know.
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying
What
anything,
about-
but we heard. What I'll tell you later.
No,
We
tell me
can't- No, it's
Broadcast it.
insider information.
Broadcast that
Nah.
shit. Broadcast that
I'm
shit.
not going to talk bad about
That's all good.
nobody unless I
We ain't talking
actually
bad.
know
We
for
were-
a
we-
fact.
we just
it's all
talking.
hearsay.
it's insider information that we can't talk about on the.
Right,
fine.
but at the same time, we don't know if it's true or not. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but when you get
yeah.
it from an elite professional, it makes it a little bit more believable.
Okay, so a pro told us that.
No.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Forget about it. Forget about it. I'll tell you though, Paul. You'll know. But he
He says you started it, you must finish it.
I will
no,
if
sir.
you want. I'll
no,
say it.
Nope.
I ain't
nope.
gonna drop nobody's name.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
All right. I ain't-
Rob Steiner says, flats, just look for the bait. If you see none,
Just look for the other boats.
I don't want to talk about that exact thing, but what I am saying that I love about this is I love that I know shit. I know
Hey,
know
did
shit
you
from
see?
elite guys that
Okay,
nobody
look,
else knows.
I'll
I'm
say
like,
this. I'll say this. That one of our buddies said. It has no drama shit, no bullshit. But our buddy we have a buddy in the rookie class, Logan Parks, and Logan Parks was like, "Don't group me. Yeah, I'm not.
no.
Don't say it's all the rookies because we ain't doing that shit."
Same with like Kyle Patrick.
You're right, yeah, it's not all of them.
It's only a couple.
Yeah.
Kyle Patrick, Milliken. The most of your 9 rookies that are coming in have done things the right way, but there's a
right.
couple of people who are kind
Well,
of.
So and then Logan's like tired of getting grouped in that group.
So
like
just
all this new rookie class.
we're
It's
talking
like,
about
not me.
rookies, right? Just basing off of knowledge that I have seen on the internet, on the public forum. There was
Bradley.
a tournament about a month or so ago
Hey, what's up, Bradley?
where it was a Swindle versus McKinney thing, right? Is that kind of what we're talking
That-
about? So,
That was the
So that-
beginning.
so this is
That
is
was a couple
completely,
beats ago.
completely different. McKinney did not.
He planed on their bridge
He
on
didn't,
that one, right?
He didn't watch the rules meeting.
okay.
There's a bridge down there that's not marked.
This is St.
Every
John's,
time-
right?
Yeah. Every time the elites has ever been there, it's been a 6 mile an hour under the bridge. He didn't watch the rules meeting.
Is it like an Eastern Shore bridge where it's real
So
low
he didn't
type
know.
of thing?
It's tall, but it's like a big pole bridge. It's like a big like pilot. It's got like pilot
Right.
bridges.
So I know you're not going to be able to answer this, but why
it's-
not mark it?
Because it's not.
That was his point.
It's
not
a
marked.
it's a tournament rule.
So it's not
Okay.
six
It's not
knots
a-
to
it's not a St.
recreational
John's.
voters.
I
Right.
have issue with that, but okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Everybody
tournament
did. Everybody had an issue with that.
Nobody's had none of the elite series have an issue with it because it's been 6 mile an
Well, I
hour
get-
every single year
But-
they've
but-
been there.
I get your point, Paul, 100%. They was like, everybody knows you can't plane under there, and he did.
Well,
But-
yeah, he should have watched the rules meeting.
What-
He didn't watch the rules meeting, and he
That
admitted
was
to
my
not watching
point.
the rules
Everybody
meeting.
You're
had
right.
the issue that he didn't watch the rules meeting.
Where's
that
the
he should've
confusion
been aware.
here?
Well, there's more than that
Well,
because
I have an
then
issue.
after that, I mean, the Trey McKinney story is
What do
mind-boggling.
you? What's your issue?
My issue is if it's not a state law that this is a 6 mile an hour zone, what gives Bassmaster the right to just decide this is now 6 miles an
You
hour?
can, as a
It's a
tournament director, you can
tournament,
decide whatever rules you want. You can make whatever areas off limits you want. You can.
You're right,
As,
you
as
can,
long as it's.
but why?
What's even the point of that?
The point is,
Safety.
he didn't read the rules.
It-
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
a.
What's the point of making it 6 miles an hour? That's what
Safety.
I want to know.
It's a safety rule
Okay.
because it's not a wide lane to go underneath of it, from what I understand.
Okay.
So it's
Alright.
not like you can pass 2 boats. From what I understand, it's not like you can pass 2 boats
So
safely
I
going
guess,
in opposite.
I guess what's the threshold, right? Like like on Lake Anna, there's a bridge on North Lake Anna where there's a no wake buoy 50 yards in front of it and 50 yards behind it. Maybe not 50, but you get the point. You set down, you idle, blah blah blah. Where's the threshold on this, right?
So
Like
it's just under the bridge.
So
Like,
you
that's
can
the
run up to it, sit down, and then get immediately back up and
Like
go.
you have to, you
You
just
can
have to
do that
sit
at
down.
the
You have to
TP.
idle underneath the bridge. Once you get underneath the bridge, you can get back on plane. It's safety. So that, like if you're running, you can't see if another boat's coming, right?
Okay, now that makes sense.
Like and share this live stream, please. Thank
That
you.
makes
Now
sense.
listen.
And that's
Okay,
that's
I
the
got
reason.
I'm gonna get Paul
Okay.
more worked up than I already got him.
Oh no, no.
That's the first. No, it's good. It's good, man. Come
no,
on, Paul. Get fired up.
That
That's
explanation
the first
solves my
Trey
issues.
McKinney.
So
What about the lock?
the reason with Swindle came up to him afterwards and said, you ran under that bridge. It was said in the rules meeting at 6 miles an hour. Like I'm just telling you, like, you can
You
do
should
the right,
report
You
yourself.
can do the right thing. You turn yourself in, or I
Do
have
you
to
know?
I have to do it.
You know the rest of that story?
Which one? Which part?
Who turned Trey McKinney in for that?
It was Swindle.
No, Trey McKinney actually turned himself in first. It just nobody put it out like that. Before Swindle did, but Swindle didn't know that. Swear to God, dude. Look, get your fish on.
I don't think
he
that's
has
a-
a story. It's true.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
that's
send you the
correct
link.
because
But either way, that's
because here's the thing I heard from another Elite Series pro when
No, I'm
when
really
Swindle
invested
said
in this
something
now.
to him about
then he
that.
went and did it.
He kind of
got-
blew him off, right?
He got pissed.
There were a lot of F-bombs dropped.
Mm.
It was
Okay,
why are you gonna do that to me? Why are you doing that to
That's
me?
shitty. Fuck
Like
you. Yeah, that's bad.
like because you broke a rule.
okay. That's the first Trey McKinney incident.
So what's
right?
the second Trey McKinney incident?
Fishing inside the lock?
Oh yeah, so well that wasn't just him though.
Right.
Is there a
He got-
rule
he
It's
got
against
just
pictures
a
from the
young
lock
Keith
monster.
Poche.
I disagree.
no,
about Keith
I disagree.
Poche, man.
I
He
disagree.
was fishing. He was fishing in a lock.
He had permission though, right?
He did
From the
have
lock
permission from the
master.
lockmaster. However, that's another rule that's going to be changed. It wasn't marked no fishing. He asked the lockmaster. The lockmaster said okay. Locks have always been off limits in tournaments, but it wasn't a posted lock. It wasn't posted no fishing. So they
Gray area.
said it was okay. It's a gray area, right? Because
It's a gray area.
But you can't say it's wrong. If it doesn't
No.
say it's wrong, you
But
can't
people
say
said
it's
it was
wrong.
wrong.
But you
That's
can't
the
say
point.
that though.
But they
That's
did.
my point.
Right. No, I get it. Like people were on his ass. I get it.
That's
and-
like if you launch it, drop it down, and say you can't fish the marina,
right.
and then somebody goes and fishes another marina that's a different name around the
And they're
corner.
like,
if
oh,
there
I
was
seen him
one,
fishing the marina.
it's like, well, you didn't say which one. You said the marina. Well, this is a different one,
It's a
so
gray,
it's okay.
It's a gray area.
it's a very gray
There's
area.
several-
And again, that's going to be
There's a lot of gray areas.
that's a rule. That's another rule that's going to be changed. It's just going to be standard no locks. That way, there's no discrepancy where okay, well you can fish this lock, but you can't fish this lock, and you can fish here. What?
A lot of rules are being
So
changed.
maybe they
this
should
year.
make less rules so it's less confusing.
So,
They're
hold on,
changing.
hold on a
Just let
second.
the guys go fish, other
Right.
than like the bullshit of like
right.
I don't know about that.
exchanging
No,
information and
The
yada
rules,
yada yada.
the
but,
rules
like,
are what keep it are what keep it fair though. Like, so if you're fishing
I like
in
what
that
guys like what Keith does. I wish more guys
John
would
Cox.
do stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but they're
Cox and
but
stuff like
but
that.
Keith, I feel like
what is Zach
Keith's
Burge?
I feel like Keith Poche's gray area and John Cox is not nearly as much gray area.
Those
I'm not
are
saying
not
it's
the
the
same.
exact
But they-
same thing. I'm just saying.
But they're
I
doing
wish
it out
there
of
wasn't,
competition.
Like, I wish it wasn't even like thought upon to
They should bring Jeff
disqualify
Coates back.
somebody for doing something along the lines that like Keith has done. Because I'm just like
he got disqualified for jumping a levee, and
Right.
the reason that they disqualified
That shit
him
was
for that is they
badass, too.
cannot promote that kind of stuff.
They should.
they didn't promote it.
But they
Keith
no,
O'Shea did it.
But look
It
at
was
other-
all over. It was the reason he got disqualified is because it was all over the internet.
If they wouldn't have disqualified him, he wouldn't have been all over the
That's
internet.
how they.
Hold on,
That's
hold
how
on,
they.
let me
No,
chime in, dude.
that's
Let me
how
chime
they
in.
found out about it because
me
it was
chime
posted
in.
on the internet.
What about sports?
But it wouldn't have gone as big as it did if it wasn't about
Right.
the disqualification, because
But that's
then
what
it
they're
made
saying.
it this big gray area.
But that's what they're saying. You can't like. We don't want you doing this. It's not safe. That's
What about other
essentially what
sports?
they're saying.
What about Travis Pastrana doing
Well, it's-
double backflips on a dirt bike?
it's on his own property.
So what might be
Right.
safe for Keith
Yeah, the
O'Shea,
Marshall thing is the
who's
only
done
thing
it,
that
who's done
is-
it a million times, may not be safe for Joe Blow out in his John boat saying, "Oh, I'm going to be like Keith O'Shea and I'm going to jump this dike."
Hell yeah, that's what I'm
Yo,
talking
don't
about.
you see the
But other
rednecks down in
sports are like
Florida
that,
and shit doing
yeah.
that shit already? They're jumping beaver dams and stuff.
Right.
And they're all well,
Not only
but
that,
They take their
look
jet
at-
boat
look
to
at other-
Walmart.
But again,
for
you
Christ's sake.
cannot. Like, if you want to go out and do that, I have no problem. I think it's cool as shit. To be honest,
How can you say it's Keith Poche's fault that some redneck
Look
drowned
at,
himself by
look
jumping?
at,
no,
out?
I'm not saying Keith Poche's
Hold
fault. I'm
on.
saying Bassmaster can't promote it.
Right.
No,
Bassmaster
that's not
can't
true
prove
though.
that.
Look at like the X Games. You're basically saying like,
I don't know- I
Tony
don't know if
Hawk
you can
shouldn't drop
compare.
in and do a 900 because other kids might try to do it and they might get hurt.
Brad, he should have 100% been disqualified
You
because
don't
he
know
was
what I'm
accessing an area that was
No.
not
Chad,
physically
you,
part of the league.
We rode dirt
I
bikes.
don't know, like there's like I don't know, I did like
Chad,
it
don't
was
jump,
part of the
don't-
lake.
All
It
right,
had a
let's say
freaking
this.
2
Don't
foot
jump that
divide.
hill on
Wait a
a
minute,
dirt
wait a
bike,
minute,
Chad.
wait a minute.
Like,
But it's
I
not
feel
part of
like-
the league.
Wait a minute. Let's all agree
Look
on
here.
something, right?
Okay.
The Keith Poche scandal.
Was it within
No.
the boundaries?
Wait. What scandal? All right. Is
Was it within
good
the
for
lines?
fishing.
Like on the
Yes.
map that they had.
Him getting disqualified
Depends on-
was actually
like,
good
you have
for
to-
fishing.
And good for him.
It was good
Because-
for him and fishing. So really, when you think about it, everybody wins because Keith Poche got the
Thank you,
spotlight.
Jim.
He got to showcase
Fucking send
his
it.
style of fishing. Sponsors were probably like, maybe some weren't super into it, but like a lot. Everyone talked about Keith Poche for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, no, it was great.
It was good
great
for
him.
fishing all around.
Any
Publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, I was saying the same.
So-
Jinx, motherfucker.
And one of the rules does say that like if you cannot like get your boat into like if you cannot get your boat into that's where the gray area
It
comes
was
from.
with it out coming out the water.
If you
right?
can't get your boat into an area, like that's a essentially a brick wall that you cannot fish past that. So that's where one of the gray areas where the gray area comes. So like if you pulled up to that levee, you couldn't like cast over top of it to fish, to throw a line back there. If there's like a beaver dam in a creek and you can't go any farther up that creek, you can't cast over top that beaver dam.
Package
Like
right
that's considered a brick wall.
Did he not pass over a like ramp that was designed to allow a boat to go up?
It
and
was
over top of
designed.
No,
the
he
boat?
went right over. He just went right over the concrete.
Yeah, he just jumped it.
There was one there.
It was designed.
No,
Patrick, you're right. They
area
did
was
have like
designed-
in the middle, but he went over
Yeah.
a different spot,
He went over a different
ironically.
spot.
But either way, there was a
It was
spot.
still designed to be transferred to the other
So
body
the
of
only
water
the
through
only
levee.
discrepancy
What is it
I
made-
can see in the whole entire
So,
thing
like,
is
Made for an
I don't know.
airboat.
You
To
have
be
a
honest
marshal
with
in
you,
the
it's
boat.
made
But
for
is
an
that
airboat.
is that made to pull your boat up and over, or is it made to hit it at 40 miles
if
an
you
hour?
want to jump it, jump it. is
However
what
you
I
want to
say.
get across it.
Dude, I'm not pulling anything. You know
The
how heavy
only
boats
the only
are?
thing I see
I think I would
wrong,
probably pull mine too, but
you have a marshal in the
Good
boat.
luck.
So you're not like if me and you were there and you're like, Rob, I don't want to jump that, and I jump it, that's different.
Dude, I have a 14.
But if I want to jump
Wait
it
a minute,
on my
wait a
own,
minute.
I'm
Let-
jumping it.
Hold on.
And if
I
you're
want to
like,
break this
fuck
down
yeah,
for a
let's
second.
jump it, we jumping it.
Anyone that's duck hunting has gotten their boat stuck before, right? Like I have a 1436 G3. I got it stuck in the mud the first trip I went duck hunting this year, and I'm in the gym 4 days a week. I could not move that thing over a mud flat in the water.
No.
There's no way
You
you're
ain't doing
pulling
it.
that
You gotta
thing
put a
over
winch
that
on it.
levee without sweating your ass off.
You gotta get a winch.
You have to jump it.
Or
There's
jump
no
it,
way
yeah.
you're pulling that thing. And by the way, Bassmaster rules: you can't get out of the boat.
Right.
So
That's why I'm saying.
Well, there's the Zach Burge thing.
that's why I'm saying. Like, is it not?
Should we get Paul started on the Zach Burge? You know
What do you
about
want?
this?
What do you want to get started on that? He went
wanna
to the
tell the story?
he went to the tournament director,
wait a
asked
minute.
him
Real quick,
asked them
Paul.
if it was
Do
okay.
you guys know this story?
no. I
Oh,
don't
listen
know.
He got out of the boat, pulled his drain plug to sink his boat 2 inches so he could get underneath of a bridge.
First of all, first
Oh, I
question.
know about that.
First question: why does he not have a remote drain plug?
Well, yeah, but
He did not.
Well, why? He has a bass cap.
Well, that comes into the story
It's not
on
standard.
Is
the
it
tournament
really?
director saying yes.
So the-
because-
basically he went to
Go ahead.
he went to the tournament director and asked, "Hey, can I take my drain plug out to get underneath of this bridge? Like, I just want to, I want to sink my boat so I put some water in my boat so it drops in my boat like an inch and a half so he could get his cowling under the bridge."
He
tournament
barely
director-
made it under there too.
Tournament director asked him if he had a remote drain plug, and he said no. And he said, I would have to get out, but it would just
But
be,
if you keep
know,
a hand in the boat,
no,
you're
that
good.
doesn't count.
Wait a minute, though.
In MLF, that does not count. You cannot get
Okay.
out of
Hey,
So
that-
this is,
that
now we're getting
definitely
into
does not
MLF
count.
specific
The key-
rules.
there's no
thing
way
is-
that counts.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Keith
minute. Wait a
is the
minute.
tournament director.
There's
was
a
an old-
very famous video of
That was
Mike.
an old rule.
there's
Very
a very
old.
famous video of Mike Iaconelli, and I'm because if I have the
Mike
question,
Iaconelli.
somebody else
Randy
does.
Blockett did it first.
And Mike
Falling out of the
Iaconelli jumped out of the boat and grabbed a broken line with one hand in the boat and brought the fish in, but his hand never left the boat, so it was legal.
Right.
So that rule has changed, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's
Okay,
changed.
that's fine.
So anyway, this
the
rule.
whole-
That's what I was
Stupid
doing.
So anyway-
period.
So anyway, this rule, like he actually went to the tournament director and asked, and they asked if he had a remote drain plug. He said no. He said I have to get out of the boat. I keep it loose, like it's just take it out and go. Tournament director said I don't see any issue with that.
Fair enough.
So he got it approved by the tournament director. That day he goes in.
And he whacked him.
I mean, he didn't whack him, but
He
he
caught
had
7, I
he had
think.
he caught 7 fish back there. Gets a call while he's back there. It's like, oh well, because you got out of your boat, you're disqualified.
From the tournament director.
They only disqualified the fish that he caught back there.
That's in my mind.
He left.
In
He
my
left-
mind,
he left.
He
He
got
left the tournament.
I would have too. Without a question.
100%.
Without a question.
I'm gonna tell
Now
you
here's
some
the
inside stuff
here's
on
the
the story in a
here's the
minute.
shitty here's the shitty part about that. So they disqualified those 7 fish. He withdraws from the tournament.
He was
because
in
just
first
got
place, by the way.
He wasn't in
I
first
commend
place.
him for standing on his business.
He came in second after they requalified those fish,
did
and he even fished the last day. Yeah.
That was during the last day.
Oh, all right. Well, keep going. It doesn't even.
So
matter
anyway,
with the story.
no, he
All
ended
right.
up he ended up like I think he ended up like 7th or 8th or something like that. Drew Gill destroyed them.
So okay. So
But anyway,
what was the end
They
result?
returned
But
his.
he withdrew himself from the tournament after this happened, which I probably would have done as well. So then they come back and they
What, yesterday
they put
or
out a
day
press
before?
yesterday, the day before, put out a press release that said, due to confusion, we all make mistakes, blah blah blah. Or
That's not a mistake, though.
Some bull.
That's more than
No, it is a mistake.
The
that's a
tournament
mistake that was
director made a mistake.
The tournament director made a mistake, and
The
he
tournament
should've-
director was told by somebody, "This is bullshit. You need to disqualify." him."
There you go. That's what I was going to say. Watch
Oh, yeah.
Castle
No, I was
Dive
getting
podcast. Yeah.
That's not a mistake, though.
Oh,
in my
Tony
opinion,
nailed
that's
that.
not
You
a
can tell
mistake.
Tony's
That's,
military because he figured that shit out.
that's not a
Right.
mistake, in my opinion.
No, the mistake was the tournament director should have never told him he could have get out of his boat to pull his drain plug.
Right.
He should have just said, "Hey,
Okay,
the
I can see
rules
that.
are you cannot get out of your boat to grant access into water. Like if you can do it from inside your boat, that's fine, but you can't get out of the boat."
So
Pretty clear, right?
in my eyes, the right thing to do should have been to make a rule from this point forward, because you can't tell somebody.
There is a rule.
Tournament director
You can't
is
get out of
God.
the boat. Like the rule is
But-
in there that you can't get out of the boat.
Well,
to
then the
grant
tournament
access.
director is wrong.
Right,
But he
right.
already gave the green light. You don't get to give the
You
green light and then
nailed
pull
it.
it back.
You
That's-
nailed it. Somebody
that's
called
the
the
problem.
tournament director and
Tony,
bitched
give
to
me a
him
beer.
about it afterwards.
What do you want?
And made him overturn his decision, which is bullcrap. That's what happened, dude. That's the inside.
yeah,
that's
I
true.
completely agree.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was so.
hey,
yeah,
you want
somebody
to know
called
who
him.
it was? I could tell you. Not on air.
Are we allowed
It rhymes with "fuck it."
Really?
It's the bucket.
It's that guy that likes to fish boat
but
dock?
Tony, you dissected that story very well because you nailed it.
The
That's
amount
what
of
happened.
bullshit that I have to go through every day,
Yeah.
I'm like a heat-seeking bullshit missile.
You,
I just
you
figured it
literally
out.
just proved
Oh,
it,
yeah.
man. You literally just proved it.
So now the real messed up part about it was, sure it's nice that they came out and like admitted they made a mistake and like they.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
I get that's
Yeah.
good.
But
Yeah. It's still shitty.
he stopped fishing. Like he could have won that tournament.
And I
Jim
you know
Brown.
what? I respect. We've never talked to Zach Burge, and I don't mean to sound like an ass because I'm a local guy that doesn't fish any sort of big tournaments. Zach Burge, for the most part, has not been a very huge player in professional fishing.
He rooms with
He's good.
somebody we're
I
very
mean, he's
good
yeah,
friends
he's
with.
definitely good.
Dude,
I mean,
he's
he's
good.
better than all of us. But like, he's not in the quality of. He's not.
He just
up-
won. He just won an MLF event.
But he's not
Zach
there with
Burge is pretty
Hackney.
good.
He's not. I mean, maybe recently he's won a couple, but like, when's the last time like Zach Burge was like the man?
I mean,
you know what I
he
mean?
gets a lot of top tens and
I mean,
stuff,
he
right?
literally just won the last MLF tournament before this one.
He
Okay, but
rooms
what about
with
before this year?
Somebody we know very well.
But that's. And I'm not trying to be
Somebody
an ass.
locally.
I'm not trying to be an ass. My point I'm trying to make is, would Jacob Wheeler have gotten the same treatment?
Who you think made the phone?
Dude, your
Oh,
dog just
God.
farted again, bro.
Jacob,
Never mind.
Bubs, get out.
Hey,
Come
look.
on, get out.
Zach Burge rooms
Shoo!
with
God damn. Fuck, dude. Oh, shit.
go over there, Apollo.
Yo.
You smell that shit, dude?
No, it
feed this dog,
never
bro?
makes it this way.
That's
Bubs, dude, what is
Don't
going
forget.
on, bro?
It wasn't me. I had to fucking do it.
I
What do
said
you
Bubs.
feed
not Bubs.
So,
Onion and ketchup.
Yeah, onion salt
can taste
sausages.
it.
Good
So-
Lord, dude.
This is a small
That's
room.
rancid, dude.
it seems
You gotta put him out.
Open
man.
a
He's
window or
cut off.
something. My
it seems
God.
like
You gotta do what my wife. If I'm
outside.
farting all night, my wife put me on
Not
the couch.
taking-
So you gotta put him.
not taking anything away from Jacob Wheeler. Like Jacob Wheeler is probably
Hammer.
the best fisherman in the world right now.
Yeah.
Right now, yes, agreed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Him and Dusty
And,
Connell.
and he will probably eventually he will probably go down as the greatest ever.
In the conversation, for sure, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So-
Him and KVD, I mean, yeah.
So, but he seems to get some preferential treatment.
And that's the point I'm trying to make. Is if this was Jacob Wheeler,
We already know.
does that same thing happen?
And
If you're Jacob Will, you could fail a polygraph and you're still
how
fishing.
Not that
how
he
is
would,
it?
But, you know.
He did. Hey,
Wait, really?
How much
My
dirt
biggest
do you
thing
want?
about my
How
biggest
dirty are we gonna get?
So my biggest gripe about MLF is the person who runs MLF literally
boat docks.
sponsors anglers that fish MLF.
Does
How
that
is
go
that
on
not a
angler?
giant conflict of interest?
Fish
It
boat
is.
docks.
And he
Wait a
also
minute.
fishes in the tournaments.
Wait a minute.
Fish boat docks.
Can we talk about that? Can we?
What?
Did Wheeler fail a polygraph?
Okay,
test?
watch the Bills
Multiple.
podcast. Watch Bill's
He- he's failed
podcast.
multiple.
Whoa.
The one that got James Watson in trouble.
We have to talk about.
No, it was
That's
Luke Duncan's
juicy,
podcast, wasn't it? I think it was Luke Duncan's podcast. The original one that got James Watson in trouble was James Watson said that
And he never even mentioned a
the
name.
angler number 10, top 10, fished the next day. He's 11. Number 10 failed the polygraph. So I should have been bumped up
So
to
wait a
number
minute,
10,
wait a minute,
and
wait a
he
minute.
should have been out.
Does anyone know the nature?
is all on the net.
What was the nature of the failure of the polygraph? Do we know that level of detail?
No, and that's another.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't
yes,
It's not the first one.
It does
Yeah,
and
he did.
it doesn't.
I know, dude.
Because all right, look. You can fail. Did the dog fart again?
Yes, you don't.
That's it, dude. Bubs, you
You gotta
gotta
put
go,
him out, dude.
All right, wait. So
Bubs,
here's
you
my
gotta go,
point.
bro. Come
Here's
on,
my
Bubs.
point.
I need a M4. What do they call that one mask?
N95.
Yeah, I need an N95.
You can fail a polygraph test the same way for having a fish box than you can for fishing an off limits area.
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter.
So this
because
is not-
both of them garner the same penalty.
Yes, but they also don't, right? I feel like okay.
Now, if you're
If
a
you have a
boxing
fish
fish,
box-
you should be banned from tournaments.
Agreed.
But different repercussions. But either
I
way,
ain't
you're,
saying he cheated. I
Like,
can't.
you
He got
gotta
so
back
cold.
up some. You gotta not
But
get
either-
closer to the ball. You just gotta back
All right, hold
up.
on. So I got to get to
You don't
Pat's
like being
comment.
close.
Hold
but
on a
either
second.
way,
Wait a second.
you're going to be
Pinch me
disqualified.
Sure.
So,
So I want to get to
Yeah.
Patrick's comment.
So
So
fresh, bro.
So Patrick's comment, he'd never fished a tournament. What's the point of the polygraph? So to my understanding, and Paul, fill me in, you fish bigger tournaments than I have. The polygraph can be given to any angler at any time in the field of a tournament, right? And what that says, and it usually is the guys that win, right? And to my understanding, it's a very simple. Did you break any rules during the tournament that you know of that caused that?
and they may go through a few questions like
Right.
that. It'll be like,
did you get out of your boat to land a fish?
Did you get any information
Sure.
during the
And
off limits
the
period?
information rule is very hard.
I like Jim's comment. It keeps honest people honest.
Yeah.
So-
and that's but the thought is, if I am doing something that is against the rules and I win this tournament, there's a chance that I get polygraphed and I don't pass, and my winnings are just gone, and I
But
get
there's
nothing.
a chance you don't.
He didn't pass.
But did they still give him the winnings?
Yes.
He
So
still
that's
got-
so
and
that's MLF is invalid then, in my
That's when
opinion.
James Watson got pissed. Like, okay, the golden boy, he can fail the polygraph, and I'm still out the top 10, even though he should be out and I should be in. That's what got him in trouble.
Right. And then the
First-
response that he got was, why would you want to ruin that person's career?
Yeah, they said you're going to ruin that guy's career.
He
I'm
ruined it
saying
himself
these
by
things.
fishing
Exactly.
outside of the
Right.
rules.
Exactly.
If you want to go down
It's just like
that
the
rabbit
Jeff,
hole,
just like the
watch,
Jeff Sprague. I mean, the Jeff Sprague stuff was
That's
that
it.
same
I
deal.
think and there was
You know,
what was the other guy?
they tried
made
to
him a
sweep
fall
it.
guy.
They tried to sweep it under the rug because they think that if one of their anglers gets caught doing something bad, it's going to ruin their image. Where it would actually
Covering it up's worse than that.
right. It would be better for their image if you say this angler did this. This angler is no longer allowed to fish with us.
Sure.
Or this angler did this. He broke this rule. He got penalized this. Like, just transparency gives you so much more credibility
I
than
agree. I agree.
than
100%.
us finding out from some leaked text messages, which is what happened with the Jeff Sprague incident.
Remind us all on that.
He was messaging
he
for
tricked
information.
He essentially tricked a guide into saying he could get information when he couldn't get
And he got
information.
like waypoints.
So that's like shitty. That's really shitty.
Yeah, he got in big trouble for that.
Or it was a friend of it. I won't say it was. I don't know if it was a guide. It
You
was
know,
a,
it's
it was
like
somebody he
me
knew.
hitting you up and be like, "Hey, Tony, you know, like where they biting on Counter Wingle, and
But
I'm
that's-
not allowed to get information." And then you going, "Are you allowed to get information right now, Rob?"
Dude,
And I'm like,
I
"Yeah,
remember
yeah, we can."
in
And-
2019 when the
John-
FLW college tournament came to the Upper Bay, I had like 5 different teams in college.
But you
Like
can
guys
get
that I fish against were
information,
like, hey
though.
man, what's going on in the Upper Bay? I'm like, I'm fishing against you. Good luck.
Well, that's fine
Right,
though,
yeah.
because if you wanted to help them, you could have because you're in the same tournament.
Agreed. But that is a very real thing. Like people definitely reach out, and it.
Oh, yeah.
I think in the college series it was different rules. So I'm not saying it was against the rules for these guys to do that. However, to say that these anglers that we hold to such a high pedestal aren't out there trying to do some shit under the rug is just not true. I mean, we know it happens a lot
Everybody's
more than
working
is
an angle
talked about.
somewhere.
So what's
Everybody
going
does
on
it.
now?
I wouldn't say that
I know
everybody
Paul,
does it,
but you know
but
this, Paul.
It's a matter of ethics. And I had this conversation with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago. The problem with ethical, moral decisions to do things and I'm not talking about breaking rules. I'm talking about that gray area. Your morals might be different than my morals.
Correct.
So if I think something is morally wrong to do, even though it's not very specifically stated in the rules, you may not think the same as me. You may think it's okay.
Right.
And that's why you have to have
It's like the conversations
clear
we have
black
on the-
and white rules.
It's like the
you were
con-
saying earlier, they should have less rules.
How many times have
That's
we
why
had
you
this
kinda have to have this
conversation
clear
about?
black and white.
How many times we have this conversation
Well,
about fishing the
so
flats? When is it okay to set down in a group of boats on the flats, and when is
Never.
it not okay? Right? Like some
I say
people have.
never, but-
I look. I agree with you.
Well, that's just a matter of morals
Never.
at that point, or integrity. You know what I mean? That's not breaking any kind of rule. But
What's up, Pete?
if you're within,
So this is what they
in my
say
opinion,
now.
if you're within
Paul.
100 yards of somebody, you're
Right.
toast.
Okay, so what if-
So I'm gonna tell you the best way about that, but real quick, what they're saying now is these rules have always been getting broke. We just know about them now.
Oh,
because of
God.
Social media. These are not new. But if you have to, this is what I say. If you have to think to yourself, if you're fishing somewhere and you actually think like, should I be in here? Should I be in there? That boat's there. They fished it last week. Whatever. In your brain, if you think to yourself,
You gotta-
maybe this is not right, then you shouldn't be in
And
there.
here's the thing,
Or
though.
shouldn't be in there.
Here's the thing.
You shouldn't be in there. If there's a doubt in your mind that you're not 100% right, you shouldn't be in there.
99%
You
of
got
the
that from Matt
time.
Pangrat.
Yep. You know where I got it? Mark Jeffries. He got it from Mark Jeffries.
99% of the
That's
time,
true.
though.
That's
Very true.
very
But the thing
true.
is, like
If
99%
you
of
think
the
back
time,
on, if you think back on something and you question whether or not
Yeah, if
you
you're
should have done
questioning,
it,
should you
you
be in
shouldn't
there?
have done it.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yep. You just shouldn't.
But the thing of it
There
is
shouldn't be
like
no question in your brain. If
the
you're
thing
doing
of it
the
is
right
like
thing and the wrong
99% of the time, especially on the flats. Like I've had this conversation thousands of times. You'll be out there and someone's going one way. Hey man, do you mind if I fish here? Most people are like, hey, thanks for asking, by all
ahead.
means. Or they'll say, I'm fishing a tournament, I'm going to hit that. But 99% of the interactions I've had with random people
Good.
have been great. Like, hey, thanks
Yeah,
for asking.
I
That's
agree.
the first response you'll always get is, I
Yeah.
appreciate you asking. And whatever they say is up to them. It's fine.
I think that's the biggest issue.
People
When-
just don't.
Is that the one y'all
Yeah.
was laughing at?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Jim.
So I think that's the biggest issue with the flats is you get the guys, and I remember Gerald Swindle talking about this one time. You get those guys that'll pull up right next to you, and they're wearing them hooded sun shirts, and they'll pull that hood up over like they can't, so they think you can't see them. and they'll
thing.
just, and they'll
Can't
just,
see me.
and they'll just stare, and they'll
Like, you
just
don't know
stare
what
straight
that
ahead.
boat look like.
They'll stare straight ahead, and they won't even look at you.
They know they're wrong.
Like they know
That's
they
when
did,
you
they know
you're
they did
wrong.
something
Yeah,
wrong,
you
but
know you're wrong.
Man, that's just
ask.
But that's not
I
rule
agree, just
breaking.
ask.
That's more
And if somebody
integrity.
and if
thing.
somebody says,
Yeah.
if somebody says, "Hey, I'd appreciate it if you didn't fish here," just leave.
Right.
There's a billion
That
other
happened with
places
me and
to fish.
me and Dale Lawrence.
Guess what?
and
that-
Dale.
Guess what? That guy got there first.
Yeah.
You know?
I've had times where I'll be sitting on a spot and somebody will come over and say, "Hey, you like I'm fishing. I'm in a tournament. I've been fishing here. Like, do you mind to give me some space?" I will gladly give you
Yeah,
your space.
for sure.
Gladly. But if you
We're
come
fishing
in and
together.
if I've been sitting there and you come in and say, "I've been here," blah, 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 it's like, well, guess what? My poles are going down and I ain't moving now.
Right.
Like that's how it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be.
I mean,
Show
it's
some respect.
just so
We
like,
can share the water.
By the way, I took off work for the solstice.
So did I. I'm off
there.
the day before too.
I will.
Me
have,
too.
I will have a tent set up in the parking lot before.
Good luck, fucker.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. Cause I'm camping
Chad,
out too.
You ain't getting it.
Tony,
Oh yeah,
You
I
ain't
am?
getting it.
Oh,
You're fishing by
yeah,
yourself.
I'm camping out.
Why?
man.
because he took off that day. If he's gonna be camping out in the parking lot, he is gonna be no good by the
Yeah,
time
you're
the
probably
tournament
right.
rolls around.
Hey,
He's gonna be.
You're not allowed to.
Hey,
Hammered.
I am, right?
You don't
Yeah.
drink on Thursday.
Just
You do not drink on Thursday.
what?
You don't drink on Thursday
Before the tournament.
before the tournament.
Or after, because you get
No.
all pissed off and you
Telling
go
you,
home
no
and you
way.
don't even
That's
go live.
impossible.
I'm
So
just telling you. I need you to be on it.
I'm camping out.
This
Look.
is my fuel.
What did I tell
Don't
you?
ta-
What have
I'll
I
take
told
all
you
freaking
500 times this
Tuesday,
week?
too. I'll
We
start
have got to
camping out
catch
on
every
Tuesday.
fish that bites. Because each spot's only got 3 or
Bo
4
ain't got to
bites.
camp
Oh,
out.
I'm
He
on
can
it.
walk to the boat right
I
now.
better
didn't miss
be.
any fish.
I'm just saying.
don't worry.
I'm just
It's
saying.
okay, Chad. Go ahead and drink because I'm gonna go burn all his fish this
What
week anyway.
spot are you trying to get to that's so quick anyways?
That's very mean.
What spot are you in
I
a
would
hurry
never
to
do
get to that you think someone else
He's
is
not in a
gonna
hurry
be
to
in?
get there.
I'm not in a hurry
If
to
you're
get
camping
there.
out overnight, then there's a spot that you.
Brad,
that
we're
you
gonna
bad.
miss you.
Brad's not fishing
Because
it.
I
everybody
wish
wants to,
Brad was gonna be.
because everybody wants to be boat one, man.
I don't care about being boat one.
It's
because
so
here's
it's
the
not
deal,
that
right?
big of a deal, but it
the
definitely
deal.
helps if you get in within the top.
The spots that I am
It
going to
don't matter.
fish,
I'll be boat 40.
Nobody's
spots-
going to be fishing where I'm at.
the spots that I'm going to fish, I know every boat that I've ever seen there, and I'm tight enough with those guys to just ask, "Hey, are you guys going to be fishing here?
Right.
If so, well, let's work something out.
I
If not,
actually like
okay,
it.
great."
Here's
Ain't
the thing,
ain't
and I'm
nobody
gonna,
going where I'm going.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this publicly, so that it's out there.
Hey, Martin said everybody took off Thursday.
If we are fishing the same tournament, do not tell me where you caught fish in practice,
right.
I agree with
I
that.
have
because it makes me feel like you're telling me so that I don't go there. And we all fish the same stuff on the gunpowder, right? I did it last year. I fished 5 tournaments without touching the quarry canal because Rob told me he was catching in the quarry canal.
Right.
Yep.
Because I felt
Thank you.
bad going.
Thank
Because
you.
I felt
Appreciate
bad
it.
going in
Appreciate
there.
it. Appreciate it.
It's a place I fish all the time.
Right.
Right. Right.
I feel that.
I didn't fish
You
your
understand
spots
what I'm
either.
I understand.
You
Where
understand
I'm
what I'm
listening
saying?
to it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get
I
it.
didn't fish your spots either.
No,
I know where
I'm
you're
not
at.
saying. No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything. I know you did. I
But
know
I'm
that's.
gonna tell you a funny story.
I know that's why you didn't.
But
you know
hold
why you
on,
didn't
before,
mean
like,
it.
I get what you're trying to say though. It kind of makes you like, if nobody talks about where they're fishing, it kind of makes it more of an even playing field. Who gets there
or
first?
if you bring
or
it up,
whatever,
then
yada,
it's
yada,
like,
yada.
oh, now I can't fish there
Right.
because Rob done told me he's
Or
catching.
Or
exactly.
you know, like,
exactly.
or I don't, I
Yeah.
don't want Tony to think like Tony said. Oh man, I'm catching them here, and then like I'm fishing the same areas,
Jim is
and now
right.
Tony's like, oh well, he was only fishing there because I told him that.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You
know,
know-
I'm gonna tell you a funny story real quick.
That's a
I fished a tournament with Nate Brown, and Nate was like, "Let's go fish the grass," and I never go out in the grass. You know that,
No.
right? So I'm out in the grass and I see Clint and Martin, and they was like, "Is the quarry closed, Rob? What are you going out there?" Damn. It was Nate. Nate told me to go. I never go out there.
Right? No, you're not wrong. And the thing of it is because it's a gunpowder, and luckily it's a very good group of guys that fishes there. It never moves past. It never.
all our spots.
It never moves past a maybe a joking comment or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Which is good. But I agree with Paul completely. Like, I don't want to know where you're catching them, because if we end up on the same shit, if any of us end up on the same shit, we're just going to talk
That's a
about,
very good point.
hey, do you mind? What are we doing?
Right.
And if any of you guys say, hey, I'm catching them here, okay, no problem, I'm rolling.
But the Paul's point is, if he tells you he's catching them there, then you didn't even care that he was catching them there.
Well, no.
You planned on going fishing that spot anyways. But now that he told you, it seems like you're there
Right.
because
Yes.
he told you.
I agree. No, I
So
agree.
don't tell me where you're fucking catching them, because I might show up there and then you're going to think that
or
the
like,
only reason I'm there
is
Or
because you
from
told
my
me.
point of view, like
Yeah,
if you
that's a good-
tell
that's a
me
good
like you
point,
told me
bro.
like you told me where you've been catching, and I don't care, like I don't have any plans on fishing that stuff, but it makes me feel like now I can't go out and practice
Right.
and look at that stuff,
Right.
Because you told me you were catching them there.
Sure.
So it's like a
Now it's off limits to you.
essentially it's like now it's off
Just
limits to me
morally.
because
Yeah.
you're my buddy and I don't want to do that. But on the other hand, like maybe I wanted to check out some of those places.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're absolutely. It's a good point.
That's a
because-
great point.
It's a good
dude.
point.
It's a really good point.
I mean, and like this is a real world example of this. Me and Chad went out. Was it Monday? And we found something that was recently changed by the storm. That's all I'll say. And we took a chainsaw out and cut our way back in, so we
That's
could
how
get
you
back.
do it, man.
So we could get back in
My
there.
man.
We could get back in there further, dude. It was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
There's
And-
wood shavings all over my boat.
And
What's up, man?
and the next day, one of our buddies sent a picture of the same spot.
Oh, you said. Well, I saw it. You said.
Sure.
You're welcome for
And
us
it-
clearing that out.
And
for you.
it's like, and now, like, personally, I feel like now I shouldn't go back there because someone else might be, one of our buddies, might be going back there and
But
fishing.
you
And I'm like,
cleared
I don't
the
want to
spot
fuck
out.
him. I don't want to screw him up.
You were back there first.
But you found it too.
You,
I found
cleared the spot
I
out.
caught fish
Wait a
there
minute,
too.
I'm so confused. You cleared the spot out and got
Yes.
back there.
Yeah.
But that's your.
And now
that's
you feel like you shouldn't be the one that's not back there?
Well, hold on, no. But here's the thing: like, just because he cleared it out doesn't mean he gets rights to it.
Exactly.
I agree
know?
with that, but you definitely
you
shouldn't
took that
feel
risk.
like you can't go back there.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't
No,
feel like
I
he
feel
couldn't go
like-
back.
Now,
I can
to
tell
be
you
fair,
one thing, 2 boats isn't going to work.
to be fair, if it wasn't one of our close
I gotta
friends,
look at
I
the
wouldn't give a
picture
shit.
again.
Honestly.
It's not a
You know,
big
it
deal.
doesn't. I'm just
Is
saying,
it
it
on the
doesn't.
GP?
They're going to go back there anyway.
It doesn't
Is it
give
on
you
the
rights
GP?
to it, but
Yeah.
that's the thing with like
I think I know where
cutting
it's at.
stuff out so that like you can get a bigger boat back there.
Somebody else is going to get back there too.
especially in that area,
Right.
where a lot of people fish. I'm not saying anywhere.
We should have
where it's
blocked
at,
it off.
Do I fish there?
I said,
Probably.
I'm not going to lie. That's one of my things. I looked right at Tony.
I gotta look back at the
I'm going to
picture
be
now.
straight up honest. I don't even care. I looked right at him. I was like, I should make this cut where we can still drop this thing back across it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
I'm confused why y'all don't think.
But
you
it
have the
was
right to
just
be
like,
mad.
it's like there's no point, man. I was like,
That's-
people
then you're
are
getting-
going to come back here.
then you're
no
getting
matter
sketchy
what.
on rules, tournament rules too, because if
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 I
you're-
lift up a tree and go under it,
if you're intentionally like if you block something off, that's against like BASS rules.
I just saw
I didn't
that.
block it off. It was already
I saw
blocked
that,
off.
by the way.
But
Right, but you could have pulled the tree
opted-
back. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
We were literally just like, it doesn't even matter, man.
Yeah,
People are
it
going to come
doesn't.
back here anyways.
And
So we
like,
just
it's not a
opened
big.
it
It's
up.
not a
It is
big,
what it
You know,
is.
it's not a big deal.
Hey,
That's
I
the
know where
risk.
that's at.
That's the risk you take
Yeah.
when you open up stuff like that. You know. But it's cool. You know what? It was a cool experience. I'm
I
sure you're
know
glad,
where-
I'm sure you're glad you did it.
experience.
I know where you're going. I know.
It brought me back to my childhood where I
Yes.
was just like, I was literally
You just
just
out
kind of like
exploring,
wait.
right?
I was like wading through the sand, like up
Let
to
me,
my knees
let
in like
me,
mud back there.
let
Like
me-
Just
dragging
like,
your boat.
I've been going up
Yeah,
there
exactly. Just
way
figuring out
before
what's
any
going
of
on.
y'all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Chad, there's a video in your personal message if you want to pull
Oh,
it
I've
up.
been, yeah, me and
With me literally treading water, holding a frog rod up, like treading water and like working a frog. I didn't get a bite. I don't know what I would have did if I got
I've been.
one.
I was back there a long time ago.
Man.
Long before it changed to where the.
Can we share this right now? Can we put that up on the screen?
yeah.
So this is a video that me and Chad were out fishing on Monday, and this is I'm literally treading water in the big gunpowder,
Yeah, I was gonna
working
say
a
that's the
frog
Clearwater side. I know what that's at.
because I could not touch the
I
bottom.
mean, I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, everybody know what that's at.
But.
Wait a minute. So y'all been going?
We've been going
Never mind.
everywhere,
We'll
dude.
talk about it
So-
later.
We're going everywhere.
So
see.
I've been up in.
I've been doing that for years, man.
No,
I'm not
there.
going up there Thursday.
Not there.
I can tell you
Not
that.
there.
Oh, not there.
So
Uh,
the other place that they were cutting through to get into,
it's not up.
that was
Oh, I don't know that.
Used
place.
to not be able to get in there until recently.
yeah.
Is it? I don't want to say nothing. on
We'll
there.
talk. We'll talk
about
about
it
it.
later.
Don't worry, I ain't going there if it's not one of the spots I've always been going to. I was just curious because it looks.
Rob,
like,
you've been in there.
That's what I'm saying. It looks
But-
like.
It's been years since you've been in there, I'm sure, because it's been. It's
Could you say LG?
Yes,
Oh no! Are you crazy? Please.
but you couldn't get in there for a
Oh
while.
crap! I could.
Yeah,
Well,
but
Rob,
You want
nobody
to see
else
videos?
could.
You want to see videos?
I'm sure.
Oh, no,
I'm sure.
believe
Rob-
me, I got I got the.
To be fair,
I got my
I
boat
was-
back in there before the.
I was
whole
in there last
thing
year.
happened.
I was back- I was
Lot
back
of
there last
lily
year.
But you had to
pads
have
back in
time.
there, man.
Now you
Isn't
don't
that
need
crazy?
time.
The
Now
lily
you can
more.
just go.
They're
If you can
going.
get back, if
Oh,
you can
yeah.
get to the area, you can get in there.
Oh, I can get in there.
You can always get
Thing
in the area.
happened.
Yeah.
I was back.
From
I was back.
Fiji. And then there's the.
Oh,
Chad, I'm
cut
gonna send you
through.
the next video.
No,
Oh, I go up the big
Is that
and
another
then
one?
cut through.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too
you
broad
can't get
there.
to, but you can't get to where they were from over there.
Yeah, I can.
You can't.
Oh, I guarantee you I can.
No, you can get to that other cut that's in there from the
Were they
from the
right
VG.
by the quarry?
They were somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. It's too much info, but yeah, dude. You want to see a video?
This is awesome. We should send this to like Keith Poche or something.
That's exactly where I go through. I got
No,
this
it's
on
not.
video,
No, it's not.
dude. I'm gonna show you the video. I'm
Dude, we
sending
got
you
to
the
put
video.
this up on the screen. Can you put the sound on? Is that a thing?
And then somebody else will go. Dude. Yeah, no,
We were in there,
3 years ago, man. Come on.
we were in there at Glass Boat last year, but there are it's
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you the video. It actually broke my GoPro because I didn't cut no trees down. I tried to go through it, and the branch swung back and hit my GoPro, snapped it. But I have it all on video, dude. Man,
It's
my
been a long-
brother, it showed that to my brother. I hope Pete.
So we used
Hey
to-
Pete, look at this. Look what they did.
So
We've
back
been
in
doing that
the
shit for years.
so back in the
Let
back
the
in
dog
the
in.
day,
I'm sick and tired of listening to him
like
cry.
7 or 8 years ago,
You used to get through that way.
we used to go through this.
Right, I know.
And it was, I mean, it was
I
right,
know.
like this was deep. Like right here, that was deep.
Dude, I could probably find a video now of me getting up in there years ago, dude. For real.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
know.
same cut.
I know.
Kayakers
Funny,
been knowing
so,
about that.
so just a funny story. Like 7 or 8 years ago when we used to fish up in there, you could get in from down here, where that
It was
where
the
it's
water
shallow
was
as
higher
fuck now.
back then, yeah.
this little cut right here,
Hey Greg, shut up, man.
this little cut had 6 foot of water in it. Which is unbelievable because
Which
it's
cut is it?
like
Let me see.
Now it's like shallow as shit there, but you know there's a ledge. We're saying way too much freaking information.
so over here.
Oh, that one. That was the OG Wade.
Yeah.
Get back
Dude,
there.
I'm gonna go back on the group text and I'm gonna find this shit from the last tournament, the last
by the-
two tournaments,
Greg,
the
up by
last
the-
two Thursday nighters where I told y'all
Up by the
motherfuckers-
train bridge, Greg.
Hey, listen, I told y'all, it's in the text messages that's where I was going last year instead of the quarry. I said that shit on.
So Chad, real quick, I just sent you some more pictures. And I think this is a
God.
good time to John from JCS just sent it to me. You guys got to check out this bass cat that they just flipped because it looks freaking
So
sweet.
what's going on with your boat?
Okay, so I want while Chad pulls up the pictures. So
Oh wow.
what we're doing? So let's talk about this boat for a second. So
Is that a
what?
Jaguar?
I don't know. Is it a Jag? John, if you're still
How do
on,
we
is it a
zoom in
Jaguar?
on that?
Who makes a Jaguar?
Bass cat.
Bass. It's their flagship. It's their really big boat. Can you not like share the screen? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to zoom in on it.
Puma.
Is
Oh, it's
that
a
where
Puma.
we're going?
John says it's a
Because
Puma.
That's where I plan on going,
It's a
but
Puma.
I probably won't go there.
I guess
How
it's
do
just
I-
the
how
angle.
do I
of-
zoom in
I guess
to
it's
make
just
it
the angle of
bigger?
the
That's what
picture.
I'm asking.
Oh,
You-
right click it.
That's not gonna work.
I don't know.
Control P or Control Plus.
C.
Not Control P.
Control C, right?
Control Plus.
Paul's right.
Control plus. Oh, the
Nice.
single man. I thought it was
Um,
a copy.
No, yeah, I meant
Is that where you were headed when you were in that shallow?
no. I was coming out of the middle canal,
Oh.
like coming out across the flat, like going toward the train bridge.
So this is this is an 06 Puma that JCS just redid, and I don't think I
Chad,
saw
zoom
this
in.
one while I was up there, but dude, this thing is freaking slick.
That's
I mean, brand new C deck. The boat basically looks brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't get no better than that.
Nah, that looks sweet, dude.
it
So
does look sweet.
these guys do an absolutely amazing job. If you have an older boat that you're looking to redo, and you're like me and you're a little bit over your head in the bullet,
The thing looks sick.
it's worth the drive to go up there.
Martin,
for
hey, just so
sure.
you know, we've been catching them there in practice.
Man, that's no big
I love you.
secret.
Sounds like
That
everyone's
spot
been there.
It's not a secret. Listen,
I think-
tell you
I'm
that.
pretty
I
sure
will
he
show
would-
you proof.
I'm pretty sure he was
years.
just
Oh
saying
gosh,
that.
Control
what's
minus.
going on here?
No, control minus. There you go.
So getting to the bullet.
I'm pretty sure Martin's just saying that because of that conversation that we had.
Right.
I told you
Yeah.
that.
I talked to Clinton Martin the other day. I don't think they've been fishing up there.
Yeah, what's going on with the bullet?
So I took the bullet up. Me and John had a really good conversation last Sunday. We talked, pretty much what I thought of when we got there is that there is definitely some fiberglass work that has to get done with the boat, which I kind of knew. The more and more I sat and thought about it, I was like, yeah, this thing's been a little neglected and it's going to need some work. Now, if it was
If it's your dream boat,
a Ranger
like-
that doesn't go 90 miles an hour,
You'd be
maybe-
like, whatever.
yeah, right. But we're talking about a boat that's capable of over 90 miles an hour. So me and John, we talked, and he basically says like, look, I get it.
Greg's right.
1 second, Greg.
yeah, he's definitely
Greg
right.
is
You're
definitely
gonna
right.
need more than 3 pound bites. I
Yeah,
promise.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
That's what I was
Greg
saying.
is
I said
it's
I
a bunch
said
of
10
dinks
to
up
12
there.
pounds. I said 10 to 12 pounds. That's what it's going to
We're gonna
be.
catch
If not
it's
more.
not going to be 3 pounders. Somebody's going to have a
It's-
lunker 5 to 6
You're gonna
to
have
make
some
the
kickers.
difference.
I
That's
want
what-
some
You're going to
kickers.
have to
Not
have
that-
a kicker.
Not necessarily 5 to 6, but you're gonna need.
You're gonna need 4.
I
Or
mean,
at
you're
least
gonna
a
need
couple
3, 4.
fours.
You're
But
gonna need like
those
3,
are,
4.
that's a
I
good
think
quality
Greg's
fish for this
point-
time of year, really.
Thanks, Greg.
3 4s, that's
I've been going up there for a while.
I mean,
there's a lot of fish up there.
Depends on where you go.
There's not a lot of bigs.
you're right.
Yeah.
You can
That's
catch
all I'm
fish
saying.
like you never. You
You
catch
know
a
what?
fish every freaking cast.
I'm the new
but
tournament assistant person, and the flats is off limits. You can't go there now.
Yeah, right.
How do you feel about that?
I'm
if
still
you
not
need a
fishing in
kicker,
Glen
that's
Valley.
where you're going to
I'm
get it.
still gonna go. I'm still gonna go catch 6s. It doesn't.
That's where you're going to go get the kicker.
So
Still
to
not
get
fishing
back
in
to the
Glen Valley.
bullet, me and John, we
Hey
talked.
Patrick, thanks for joining, brother. Really
medium
appreciate
fish
when
up
you
there
jump
is a
on
kicker
here.
up
It's
there.
always good to talk to you.
2.5 pounds.
Thanks for coming on.
So talking about the bullet, me and John, we had a nice conversation, and basically he was very honest. He said, "Look, this is what I think. This is what could happen. This is what is probably going to happen." And what 50-50 right now, the top cap may or may not be coming off. Hopefully it doesn't. If it doesn't, that's great because it saves me money and it's a quicker turnaround time. If it does, it is. It is what it is. So the
No, you're not, Jim. You are not lying.
Our limit is 3 fish in the derby.
Right.
We got to catch 3.
So basically, by the end of the conversation is, look, if you think you need to pull the cap, pull the cap. If you think you have to do this fiberglass work, do it. Because they do an incredible job up there. And we're talking about a boat that's going to do 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You're talking about a lot of money.
You
too,
will
though.
have
Sure,
one of
yeah.
you're gonna have one of the nicest and sickest.
And here's the
bullets
thing, right?
on the
If
East
I,
Coast.
including
doubt.
in the wrap and everything,
It's gonna be up there.
if I
If
drop,
you do the trailer right after the boat's done, if
Trailer's
you do
in
the
great
trailer,
shape. Yeah,
if you
trailer's
do the
already
trailer and make that all shiny stuff, you will have one of the nicest bullet builds
but here's my thing is like
on the East Coast. No
the
doubt.
way I
Are you doing
see it-
hydroturf
I think so.
on it? Just quick
I'm
questions,
gonna
so-
carpet, keep
You go-
carpet.
Oh no.
So my thing of it is, it's like, okay, I'm gonna spend the money to get it done correctly. I'm never gonna have to worry about it. It's gonna be good to go, guaranteed to fish nasty water that we have around here. It's gonna be fast as shit, and it's gonna be $100,000 less than a new bullet.
Are you gonna have him fix how the trolling motor's going?
No, because that's actually how it is comes from the factory on those boats. On those
So what's the problem with that?
So
the trolling motor, nothing. That's how it was from the factory.
usually bullets mount like almost straight down the middle, so that it keeps the weight centered, so it doesn't have left or right.
I have never seen a middle mount trolling motor. John would be able to tell you because he's smart with bullets. The X series,
Every one of I've had 2 or 3 friends with them, and they've all been they all come straight back almost over the pedal, just like Allison's do.
so I've seen it on Gamblers and Allison's. John said trolling motors get moved, so there we have it.
There it is.
But I've always actually basically mine is mounted straight, but it's off to the side. It's on the port
Right.
side, which was standard for like the XDC, the XD, or whatever. The XRS and the SS, I believe, they had them like at a 45, like you see on a traditional bass boat, to where you put
Like it
the
goes next to
trolling
the
motor down
gunwale.
right in front of the boat.
And it goes like it sits like next to the gunwale.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Oh,
see
sorry.
trolling motors getting moved.
So
I think
it's
you
gonna
should
be
do turf.
They did that. I know they do that on like Allison's because of the weight
weight distribution. Yeah.
So they put it down the middle.
But I'm
so
I'm gonna
it's
put
more
all,
center
like
line.
I'm sparing little to no expenses on this thing. I'm getting it done
Like
right
what
the
you're
first
doing,
time.
So what kind of trolling motor are you putting on it?
Ultrex.
Ultrex?
Yeah. It's gonna get one for Bass Pro military discount. I never use it, so
You get a
Are you gonna
military
get an
discount
Are you
on
gonna
that, bro?
Are you gonna get an Ultrex Quest?
I haven't decided that yet. I'm gonna say probably not, but I may be
would.
convinced.
Come fish with me.
That thing, the thing of it is, it has a Fortrex one, the 101, and it rolls because it's a light boat anyway. It just freaking moves with that thing. So like,
Come fish with me one day.
yeah, I need to. I need to.
You could probably run a Quest 24 volt with only 2 batteries, and it will run as fast as.
So here's
like,
my
a-
question.
Lead acid or lithium ion?
So here's my question for John. So
No, I mean you.
My-
Oh, me lithium. I
You
run.
got you had the lithiums.
I run
You
for my trolling motor.
think they make a big difference?
my question
Oh, yeah.
for John is
Think about
the
upgrades.
I've already decided the Raptors that are on the Ranger are going on the Bullet. I was gonna get 8s, but I don't want to go through the trouble of selling mine and getting 8s and all that shit. So I'm gonna get the 10s on the Bullet, right?
I'm not a fan of the move, John.
Because of the weight, should I go
I think you
lithium?
should get the Quest.
That's what I said. I love my Quest.
So, but because of the weight
And
of
I've
the
used
10s,
both.
should I put lithiums in the back of the boat to kind of offset that weight difference? Because the lithium, the lead acids are heavy. It's 36 volts.
Hell no.
I actually took too
Put
much
more
weight
weight.
out of
Put
my
more
boat.
weight in the back. It just gives you more bow lift. It means it goes faster.
I took too much weight out of my boat, dude.
And then the lead acids are cheaper.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, I would not be.
Lithiums aren't bad. I mean, 100 amp hour lithiums are run you $700 a piece.
Right.
I mean, it's 1,400. They technically should.
It's
let you
2,100 because I'm getting 3 of them.
Well, again, like I said, if you go
36
with the
volt.
Quest,
Yeah.
You can just do those.
as light as that boat is, you can probably run it on 24.
Oh, I'm
and
sure.
it will still be more powerful than a 36 volt regular Ultrex.
Yeah.
what are those like deep cycle batteries?
They're like 60 pounds a piece.
So
Just like AGMs and
yeah, the AGMs.
They're like
You
60
just do
pounds.
AGMs in the back.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out is if I'm committed to the 10-foot Raptors in the back.
I would go with the Quest. if
Do
were you.
I
And your 10-foot
should I
Raptors.
go lithiums because
Well, you were
those
talking
boats are very
8-foot
sensitive to
Raptors.
weight?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing the 10s.
10
I
foot.
already
I would
have the
definitely
10s.
stay with the
Overkill.
10s if I was
Yeah, I
you.
mean I already have
Look,
them.
Yeah.
10-foot Raptors?
he already has them. That's
Oh,
it.
oh yeah. Well, you don't. Yeah.
But honestly, dude, I think the 10-foot Raptors are freaking nice.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't
If
saying
you
that.
like, for me personally, I couldn't do it because they wouldn't fit in my garage. But if they would have fit in my garage, I would have did 10-foot Raptor or 10-foot power poles all day
I have
long.
no
See,
It's
regrets
very-
with the 10s.
very
Rogers
rare.
put power poles on his 10 boat.
It's very rare that I want to use my power poles in water that I can't use my power poles in. It's pretty rare.
I will say, if you're that deep and you got any sort of like significant wind, you're turning with the Raptors, just because there's so much.
Well, yeah,
play.
you're going to turn. It's always so just like if you use spot lock, you'll always have the nose of the boat into the wind.
Right.
If you put your poles down, it's always going to try to move the nose of the boat away from the wind because it's all based on the pivot point.
Right.
So with your spot lock, your pivot point is at the very front of the boat. If you have poles, your pivot point is at the back of the boat where the poles go down, where
Right.
they're where they're touching. So it's always going to try to spin you. Now, if you have 2 poles, it's only going to spin you so far before the poles stop you. But it's always going to try to spin you, so that your pivot point is into the wind or into the current.
Right. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm at now. Is
That's why you can't spot lock like on Conowingo if they're running current. You can't like spot lock down the lake.
right.
Like it's gonna turn you eventually, so you're facing up the lake.
You have to position yourself on the fish on a downward position.
Yeah,
Did you? Go,
you just have to know. You just have to understand.
Yeah,
how
you
that's
have to
gonna work.
understand how to position the boat so that spot lock works. for
or
what
or
you
your
need to
poles
do.
because it's going to like if you pole down in the current up there, it's gonna blow you one way or the other. Whichever like if the current's coming straight this way and you're
It blows my mind it doesn't break the poles as
You're a
much
little
as
this
the
way,
boat flexes
it'll, like-
sometimes straight
yeah,
up.
your
dude,
boat will
I'm
go
just
down
like,
like this
holy
way,
shit.
or it'll go this way if it's pointed a little this way.
If you, Tony, did you get the larger Raptors because you fish Conowingo, deeper water?
Yeah, that was part of
the
it.
logic
That was part of
behind
it.
Hey everybody, if you're watching, do me a huge favor.
Get ready to shut
Hit
it
that
down,
like and that
probably.
share button for us. Let's try to get some more people up in here so we can have an even greater,
Little-
deeper conversation.
Yeah.
So
Like
there's a lot
and
of
share.
there's a
Come
lot
on,
of
thank you.
there's a lot of spots up there, and Paul will agree where you want to keep the boat locked in
Right,
in
and
8
it's
foot
deep.
of water,
It's
8,
deep.
9 foot.
8 foot is too deep for me to fish, so that's why I asked.
Where I stand on shoulder. Like it's a matter.
But I don't have a spot lock, so for me that was like I knew I wasn't gonna get an
I'll send
Ultrex
y'all
for
a
the
video
ringer.
clip
So.
later that you'd be like, oh yeah, I read that years ago, man.
Can we show the video that I sent you a couple weeks ago
That's
of
badass.
me
You
catching like a
should- you
4.5
should send me
pounder up
that
there?
footage, dude, because
Is
I
it-
put on
did
my
you
next
send
video.
it
It's
to
on
me?
it's in your personal message. We're gonna show a video, and I shared this on my Facebook story, and nobody thought it was up on Conowingo, but it was. So, spoiler alert! Everyone's like, "Dude, where's that on the gunpowder?" I'm like, "Oh, it's not." I don't really care because it's been 3 weeks, so these fish are gonna be moved. But yeah, Chad's gonna pull it up here in a second. It's one of the biggest largemouth I've ever caught up there, so I thought that was pretty cool. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's not that. That's not it. That's a cool video though. Keep going. Keep going. Oh wait, I never sent it to you. I'm gonna send it to you right now. I thought I sent it to you. No, that's not it. Let me send it to you. But so this one was actually pretty cool. Like I actually sight fished this fish, up on Conowingo, which sight fishing on Conowingo is something I have never done before. So in order to do that was pretty freaking cool. I thought, because like I said, I've sight fishing in this part of the country is just rare in general. So to do it up there was like really, really something neat for me, I thought. So this video is going to get into his inbox here in a second and we'll show it. But can we get the audio going on that thing when we play the video? Because the commentary on it's great because I was like freaking out.
I
The whole
definitely
time.
get the audio on it.
Yeah, I was freaking out when I caught it. Actually, play the one that's up there, see if the audio is working. This is a different video. Yeah, I don't hear it.
It's working.
Do you hear it?
Yeah.
I don't hear it at all. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. Well, if it's working for you, it's good. Video's still sending, so. But yeah, this is
It's not my beer. It's Paul's beer.
I'm actually
Coming through?
it is. There's a I think you just got it.
Of course.
Right, as you switched out.
Damn it.
Yep, there it is. I think you guys are going to like this. I just wish I could hear it. 'Cause I can't hear it in my microphone at all. Or my headset, rather. So this was up there on the lake. Let me know if you guys can hear this. This fish kicked my ass. I'm lucky that I caught him.
You need to get a GoPro mount that isn't named Taylor.
I know I do. Oh, big eye. Dude, I was really happy that the fish was so healthy. I almost fell in trying to get his ass. Or her ass. Woo! Giant. That's a big fish up there. That's a good one up there.
It's a good fish.
I think the audio might still be playing. There we go. But yeah, so that was fun. That was fun. Greg just blew up the spot, but it's okay. They won't be there when it counts, so it never works that way. But damn, it's almost 9:00. I think did we have a hard cutoff at 9 because everyone's got tournaments tomorrow?
I'm not sure. They went out to smoke a cig, so I'm sure they'll be back in.
I wasn't
We
invited.
started at 7:30, almost 9, so they'll probably come back in and talk for a little bit, and then we'll probably end the show.
Right. There's another video.
Hey, what's up, Dale? Happy Friday, brother.
There's another video in Chad's inbox where I caught a fish and had to flip it over a tree to get it out. So that was fun. I don't know. I've had a pretty good year so far.
That's
with
why
Bigfoot.
that's why we showed the video, Greg, because they're not there now.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Plus, I posted it on my Facebook, so it's like everyone that knows the place knows
Right.
where it was. But again, they're not going to be there. They won't be there just when on the 22nd when I have a tournament, and on the 23rd when I have an open up there. So
Greg, have you been fishing any? I've seen you've been out like a couple times. Have you been fishing much? You want any? You and Scott are gonna go out and fish the solstice. I was curious if you've been out pre-fishing any for it, or if you're just gonna wing it.
Greg said no. Is Greg not fishing the solstice?
No, he's fishing the solstice with Scott.
He just said no, though.
No, he's just saying hasn't fished much.
Okay.
So the solstice is always a good time, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I gotta after we got a club tournament tomorrow, I'm gonna spend Sunday up on the lake and just see where they move to.
Mm-hmm.
Just a half a day, and then just hopefully it works out on our club tournament the 22nd, and then we got to open on the 23rd up there. So I hope they're on there. I mean, I got a couple spots up there I haven't fished yet that I have confidence in. So it's just going to be go out there and make sure they're there type of thing.
Hey, real quick while we're waiting for Paul and Rob to return, shout out to UMA Lure Company for sponsoring us from day one. They're the best balsa wood crankbaits on the market. Hit them up, UMALureCrankbaits.com. Mobile Auto Solutions and the Boat Pros, they come to you. They'll take care of your car, your truck, or your boat right in your driveway. Don't have time, you're at work, they will come to you. Let them handle it. Hit them up. East Coast IV for you tournament anglers, the guys that are out there on the water all the time for long days out in the sun, or the people that are just partying. You got a wedding coming up, your bachelor party went crazy. East Coast IV, go get yourself an IV. Go get yourself an IV. Get yourself feeling better. Get yourself rehydrated. They got tons of different things you can do, including like some type of hormone treatment thing. Like they got a bunch of cool stuff that you can get into. Give East Coast IV a call. Located up there right in Bell Camp off of 40. Bass Munitions Plastics, man. The Bass Munitions Plastics have been coming in clutch recently here in the summertime as things are slowing down a little bit. You're throwing a little bit some of these finesse tactics. The Bass Munitions Plastics are catching some of the fish that hopefully we will be putting in the boat in the Thursday night Solstice tournament. Definitely check out Bass Munitions Plastics, Mr. Larry Payne. We appreciate you. He's been with us from day one, always supporting Bass and Beer Radio.
So I have a question.
And then,
the solstice. Oh, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
Tailored Lures, Mr. Warren Taylor, Tailored Lures Frogs. One of my favorite part about these Tailored Lures Frogs is they are definitely snakehead design. They got like
They
big
hold up.
saltwater hooks on them. Just a great frog. You're not going to bend those hooks out. Nice and sharp. Definitely check out Tailored Lures. And with that,
For the solstice, and I know we're getting to the 9 o'clock hour, so we're probably going to cut it here soon. So this
Over
might
under?
be the what's that?
Are we doing an over-under?
No. Will the Bush River be a player?
No.
what are you doing?
You don't think so?
Rob?
I'm not. I'm looking
Rob's
for
just
something.
like in
Hold
the
on.
back of the room.
I'm looking for something. Hold
You don't
on.
think the Bush River is going to be?
Tell me and Paul. Something.
Have you fished it this year at all?
Yes.
Nothing worth going to in there.
No.
Interesting.
I would say no.
Well, he's not going to say that. when
I was
we
thinking about
internet.
practicing it, honestly. On Monday, I was thinking about just looking around since I feel like I have a pretty good idea what's going on in the gunpowder right now. I was thinking about just on a whim, but I have another creek
Chloe.
that I may look at on Monday. You know which one I'm talking about. You motherfucker. That's why I didn't say it.
You think Bush River will play?
No. No.
I'm fishing it with my daughter, who should be on here, so I gotta give her a shout out real quick. What's up, Mariah? Me and my daughter are fishing it. The solstice. I don't even care if we win, but I hope we do. But it's just great experience.
Hey, I didn't say it. I thought about it, but I didn't.
Get yourself a
What's up, Miles?
man.
Miles.
Oh,
What's good,
Bubs.
Miles? Damn it!
Oh,
cried
dude, he
about
farted and then left.
Prop Dustin, bro.
just came in
Prop
here to
Dustin.
just mess our day up.
I haven't hit it yet, but I'm sure it's
Oh,
coming.
God.
Yeah, see, now you feel our pain. It's what we've been dealing with all night.
Yeah, he was the one on that side of the room, and it was okay. I didn't get it over here. Now
It's
it's
been
over here
gnarly,
and
dude.
just ran out.
It's not okay. I'm in the middle. It's every.
Oh
it don't
shit!
matter
Next
what
weekend
time.
is that the first Conowingo tournament next
The
weekend?
23rd. I have a club tournament the 22nd, and then the Open's 23rd. I'm fishing with Miles this year up
Solstice
there.
is the 20th, isn't it?
Yep. So next week's busy. I got the Solstice
Yeah.
the 20th, club tournament 22nd on Wingo, 23rd Open on Wingo.
I'm looking.
Miles, I'll be
forward
out there
to
Sunday, too.
Solstice and fishing with my
I think
daughter this year.
23rd, I have a tournament in Upper Bay.
Do you?
Yeah, we have a makeup tournament, TBF tournament, makeup from one that got canceled earlier.
Right. Hey Miles, give me a call tomorrow after my tournament, and we'll get a game plan for practice on Sunday because I will be up on the lake on Sunday looking around. So we'll figure out who's going to do what and double our efforts out there practicing.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Miles
cover-
been-
cover
Miles
twice
been
as much
fishing
water.
A lot lately. I see a lot of Miles been doing a lot.
Yeah, we pretty much
Miles fished with me in the SummerSlam, and he pretty much caught all our fish.
Yeah, me and Miles pretty much decided that every Sunday tournament up there, we're going to fish in our own boats on Saturday, and whoever's catching them, we're just
I
going to
mean,
fish.
that's
off
the
that person's
honestly,
boat
if you
and
have the
roll with it.
ability to do that, that's the way to do it. Kind of try to
Oh, for sure.
kill two birds with one stone. Figure
I mean,
out
I
some
would
different
still-
stuff.
I mean, I would still fish off of your boat just because if the weather depending. You know.
Well, the thing of it is if we were fishing up north all day, he's
Oh,
got
yeah,
spot lock
yeah.
with the 112, and his
He
boat
does
will
have spot-
hold
he does have spot
everywhere.
lock.
How many years have we been telling you to get spot lock?
I'm going to get it on the Bullet.
Are you selling the Ranger?
At the end of the year, I will. And that will be a very sad day because that boat has been very good to me.
I was like,
How you haven't even
your first
fished
bass boat,
on the
right?
Bullet that much?
My first real bass boat. My first real bass boat. I fished on the Bullet a couple times, and it's okay. So like you got to remember, right? If I was coming
I mean,
out
a
of
boat
a
is a
20
I'm just
foot
saying,
Ranger,
I want you to love the Bullet the way you love the Ranger.
if I was coming out
don't
of
just love it because you put money in.
well, it's not that, but if I was coming out of a 20-foot Ranger, it would probably be a little different. But the fact that I'm going from 19 to 22 feet, more storage, more deck space.
he's gonna love it because it's a redneck boat.
Yeah, bigger live well. I mean, everything on
Or
it
you gotta
is
spray
bigger.
paint it.
Fuck no. It's getting wrapped.
That was spray paint the Bullet. We saw that. We saw that group text the other day.
That was the worst. That guy out in Tennessee spray painted his Bullet.
Dude, there's like a
it's
bunch of
the
guys
worst.
that do that shit out
It's the
there.
worst. But it's a
a
Bullet,
duck
dude.
boat.
I expect that from Nitro people. I'm
Why
sorry.
would you duck boat a Bullet?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can chase down the ducks and shoot them on the run.
You faster than the ducks.
You just run them over.
Like you are faster than that.
Fastest duck boat in the world.
Yes.
he claims.
20 XD with a 300 does like
Oh, no,
102
you ain't
miles an
running
hour.
that super shallow. Well, I guess
You can if you don't
I- I
I guess
care.
you could at 100 miles an
At 100
hour.
mile an hour, you probably don't need much water.
Go right across the land.
You
dude.
can if you don't care. If
Just
you
don't hit anything.
Right. If you don't give a shit, you just
That's
go
all.
as shallow as you want.
That's a little real. I don't know necessarily that is spray painted. I think it may be wrapped.
Well, he had a camo wrap on it. Maybe he took it off and then painted it or something.
Is that the
but I
guy
don't know.
that talks all funny?
He's from Tennessee. They all talk like
Is
that.
he from Tennessee? I thought he was from like Alabama or something.
It's either Tennessee or Kentucky. I
They're
thought.
always from
Maybe
Alabama.
Kentucky.
We're gonna go out there and get after him. You talking about that guy? With
Hey,
the little,
hey,
with the
Dale.
scruffy looking beard?
Dale, where are you guys launching? Because we have a club tournament up there on the 22nd, and there is an SQT, a Fishers of Men, and everybody that wants to practice for the Open on Sunday. I imagine Dorsey's going to be a parking lot. If you guys are having a tournament up there, where are you launching? Because we are considering alternative options, i.e. Glen Cove.
Wait, are
But-
you allowed to get information?
No. I'm talking about where the launch is going to be because I don't want to be stuck there for 25 minutes.
I mean, the same thing happened last year.
I know, but it's
It
like
was a cluster of.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Glen Cove, damn it.
Well, Glen Cove's fine for if it's just their club tournament. Your club
And
tournament,
ours,
you'd be
yeah,
fine.
yeah, it's true.
I mean, there's plenty of parking there. There's the lot like right across the road
Yeah.
that you can park into. So like that wouldn't be terrible. It just gets a little. The ramp itself gets a little congested because you can only do one boat at a time.
My
but-
suggestion to my club was, let's consider moving to Glen Cove because there's going to be 50, 60 boats on Dorsey.
Martin says you should be launching out of Tidings instead of Wingo.
If you guys change the tournament to Tidings, I'm not fishing. I'm just letting you know.
There you go,
I'm
Martin.
just letting you know.
There you go, Martin. Just change it. Get rid of Tony.
I'm just letting you know. Because
Easy way to get rid of Tony.
I don't.
mainly because I have the Open the next day.
I don't understand like the big like push for that like opening weekend Conowingo.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
it's traditionally like you'll have one guy who catches them, and then a bunch of 10-pound bags.
Yes, agreed. Yep, that's exactly what happened last year.
You know, you have one or two guys that are on them. You know, maybe two, and then it's a bunch of 10-pound bags.
Right. Yep, you're absolutely right.
I mean, I don't really like fishing up there in the summertime.
Yeah, it's a little tough. And
Can't
it's a
find it,
lot
Paul.
tough.
I'm gonna send it to you later, dude. But
So
I have a plan to
for
get
the,
there.
so
I got it
tomorrow,
mapped out, dude. I
so
got it
tomorrow
mapped
is
out.
June
I'm sending it to you.
15th. If you're fishing tournaments tomorrow, June 15th means the fish are still 15 inches.
Correct.
Is that-
So the 16th is when the 15-inch rule goes away. So if
15
you're fishing
inches.
tomorrow, 12 inch or
Through-
15 inches is still the legal size.
15 inches through the June 15th.
Exactly.
So, yes. It will be... Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe Miles can answer this. How did... I saw they had a live weigh-in on Octorara.
Him and Tom won.
That him and Tom won?
Yeah.
How'd they manage to get a live weigh-in?
What do you mean a live weigh-in?
Pennsylvania's closed season till June 15th.
What up, Dale?
That's a very good point. Did they just say,
wondering.
screw it, we don't care? Now I'm interested. Greg says June 29th, so it doesn't affect us
We
anymore.
got Dale on. We got
We can
Miles
tag
on, we got
Tom.
Greg on.
Or
Martin
Miles
on.
was on.
Miles.
I think it's June 5th. I think it's still June 15th there. I know it's closed through June. Maybe it's June 1st. I don't know. Maybe I'm just confusing with the dates.
He's probably asleep, so we can go fishing tomorrow morning.
That's
I mean,
what
I
we
really
all should
only-
be doing.
I
Are
really
you
only
going
fish.
out tomorrow morning?
I really only fish
I have a
Conowingo,
tournament.
and Conowingo's got
You
weird
going to
rules.
Wingo? Are you going
No, I have a tournament on the flats.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
Are you running? I would say I might see you. You know where I'm going.
I'm just going to go camp out on the back channel probably because going out on the flats doesn't really help me unless I like watching other people catch them.
And it's supposed to blow tomorrow.
Is it like
Is it?
hard? Like what's the wind?
15 sustained, 29 gusts.
I like my
I'm
plan
going
even
out
more
if it's
then.
blowing like that, man.
It was rough yesterday, dude.
It
Oh my
got
god!
windy last
Yesterday
night,
on the gunpowder, like the wave, very spearable.
It's
Waves.
funny. It's funny because it was like I was on the flat. I mean, I was out on the flats in the middle of nowhere.
Dude.
Well,
That's the thing.
You have no
I
one up
don't
on the
get it.
flat?
There's no waves whatsoever. I mean, I was out from 3:30 to 9 o'clock.
That's the thing is, it
Yeah,
wasn't
wait,
blowing that
blowing.
hard, but they were just rollers, man.
Dude,
they were
I
just
was-
rolling.
I was out back.
Nothing.
It was so weird.
With my
Boat
wife,
week.
and that wind
The only
was
thing
blowing
we
late
hit hard was
last
boat
night.
week.
Yeah, like I mean, out by I rode out way past Maxwell, looking around, and I was like I had to like bury the jack plate and trim halfway down because I was gonna spear waves. I was like, dude, this is crazy.
On the GP.
On
Yeah,
the
Dale-
gunpowder, I guess because the tide was going out and the wind was blowing in.
Yeah.
But it was one of the roughest I've ever seen, and it was weird because there were no breakers. It was just big loopy rollers,
Really?
like just the kind that you hate to run.
No white caps.
No,
Dale, I
none.
agree. September to November is pretty awesome on the
Yeah.
lake.
Oh, I've said it 1,000 times. Once October hits, Rob, where am I fishing?
I know where you're fishing Conowingo.
Exactly.
Every year.
I don't wanna
Tony's
fish
like,
anywhere else.
It's October. We got to go to Conowingo, man. Yeah. October just gets good in this part of the country. A
Yeah.
lot of parts of the country, it's not the best.
I like
fishing.
October on a lot of places.
Man, I caught all my personal bests in October. Any 6-pounder I ever caught.
Bubs.
on the
Really?
GP.
Go take a shit.
God damn, Chad. What are you feeding him, dude?
I don't know, dude. Just
You
so
don't know
much
what you're
for
feeding?
dog
Such a
food,
small
bro.
Is that
Well, hey,
dog food from?
I don't want to be the party pooper, but it's 10 minutes after 9, and we got
Yeah.
tournaments tomorrow. So
That is
We
true.
all got to fish tomorrow.
All right, y'all. Sounds like we are logging out for the night. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to try to go live midweek with me and Riverboat Rob.
What should do the day before the solstice?
We could do the day
I'm
before.
fishing the day.
I do like
Wednesday.
Tackle Talk Tuesday.
I'm fishing. Well, okay, we'll do Tuesday. 2 days before the solstice.
I'll be in a little bit later. I'm definitely fishing after work. On
Me too. Everybody's
June
fishing
7th,
this week.
yeah.
We got to practice up for the
the
solstice.
whole
but,
state?
we could do like
April
a,
13th through June 7th.
for the whole state.
Yeah.
we go
Conowingo
out
has special
fishing
regulations because it's
this week, this weekend, and everybody's going to be fishing after work every day next week. Of course, getting ready for the solstice. But we can do like a pre-solstice show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday or
Let's
something.
go.
Yeah, we'll
We'll still have to
advertise
do it on Skype. We'll just go to the other.
Cool.
Dude, he farted
So-
again, bro.
All right, y'all. We will catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining. Peace out.
See you guys.
Jim, great to see you.